Actually, I'm downstairs. No one can hear me. The only one here in the house is my wife upstairs watching Chinese dramas, probably. She's not Chinese, but she's up there watching Chinese dramas. We only have one light on to signify the super secret nature. We still have the second cam here that we can look at from time to time. Everything is the same. It's just one light less, and it's late at night. And we'll catch some other people in different time zones now. But what I was doing was, I was up on my channel. I was uploading a new video, and by new video I mean one that I shot like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago now. I hadn't uploaded it yet, so I'm going to do that now. But then I was also looking at other videos that I had privated, and there was quite a few. Like, I go through these weird moments where I get into a mood and I feel like depressed about stuff. So like I make no one cares about this, and I make everything private. But then I was going through some of them, like, oh, these are good, I should probably put them back up. So I put a lot of them back up, and now I'm looking at other videos, and I see, oh, there's a bunch of videos I haven't released, a bunch of old Ask a Teachers, and maybe I didn't like them because I had braces on or something, but the questions that were asked are good, and they got cut up properly, and they have an intro and everything. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting them out. There's a lot. There's quite a few. Let me look at the ones that are private with no views. Let's see. Oh, wait, this is a certain. Give me a second. I'm going to show you this. So, for example, here we are. If we look, I think, is this going to be the right screen? Close these down. Okay, is it this the right screen? All right, so you can see that these were uploaded 6 years ago. And these are all Ask a Teachers that, I guess I took that one down. These are all Ask a Teachers, though, most of them, that, and there's, by the way, Zet Horse. He still comes to the live stream 6 years later. His new name is not Zet Horse, it's Japanizer. But there he is asking a question that I never put out. And there's just a bunch of them. And I watched a few, and they're good. And look at this stuff right here is really old. This is Ask a Teacher from 2012. You know, that's pre-braces, and then some of these are with braces, and now my braces are gone. This is actually post. You got pre-braces, you got braces, you got post braces, then you've got Invisalign, and now post Invisalign. So, what's up, commenter? Welcome. Also, I might make this a little bit of a working thing. I wanna have a version of this screen that you're looking at right now. This particular, see, I'm down here at the bottom, right? And I can move myself around like this, which is cool. But I kind of like the one. There's a lawyer guy on YouTube, and he keeps himself like completely across like this side of the screen, and then he makes the full screen smaller. So let me try building one of those. Let me duplicate this one here. We'll do that first. That'll be the first thing we do. We're gonna call it monitor plus side cam or something like that. That way I don't take up any side of the screen. So we're gonna duplicate this, and then I'm gonna switch to it. Okay, I'm over there now. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. What just happened? Oh, that's the From Zero shopping link. We'll get out of there. Give me a second. Here we go. Source cam. Okay, so source cam. Nope, it's not what I want. I'm sorry. Monitor. There we go. Monitor. We're gonna take like this. We're gonna put it over here like this. Sorry, this is a working session, guys. And then I'm gonna take. How am I gonna do this? Let me go to Corel Draw here. We're gonna make this We're gonna make this work. So I'll take Corel Draw. Wait, what is this? I don't need your advertisements. Just give me the program. What's up, Sasha? Yeah, you guys normally don't see me. Normally I'm earlier in the day. I'm about normally like maybe 12 hours difference when I stream. I've been streaming a lot recently, and I want to keep streaming. All right, so we're gonna make. Actually, I'm just gonna import. I'm gonna import one of my. I'll take today's screenshot. How about that? From videos here. It's this one, I believe. We'll just pop this in there. All right, and now what we'll do is we'll make a something like this, right? And then we'll give it curves. There we go. All right. I'm not sure if that's centered, but we're going to make it centered. Okay. It's probably good. I'm going to do this, and we're going to make this black. Then we're going to take this, we're going to make it white, and then we're going to cut it out in the center. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Oopsie daisies. What happened? This one, this one, this one. I think that's the way that I do it. And then this is my new overlay. So we'll release this out to overlays in my PowerPoints. It's not really a PowerPoint. I named this folder PowerPoints. It's not PowerPoints. It hasn't been that for a long time. So where's my overlays? Overlays. There we go. So we'll do lawyer, YouTuber, cutout. And I think it needs to be a PNG. All right, there we go. So now that we have that. Okay, now I might have flipped that around. Maybe the inside needs to be. So we'll keep that up. We won't commit to that. Okay. So now let me go. How am I going to do this? Let me remove. Or we'll just create a new camera. We'll import the new camera. We'll add a source, and we'll add a scene called cam. I think that cam is what I need here. Give me a second. Cam. Okay, now if I switch, all right, it still works. Okay, so now on this cam, I'm going to put this in a folder. I'm not sure how to put it into a folder. Give me a second. Add source. Well, maybe it's a group. Give me a second, guys. This is, there it is, group. So add a group. I'm going to call it lawyer cam. I don't know, because I don't know what else to call it. Okay, and then we're going to throw the this is just so in OBS, if I don't have it in a folder, it'll mess up the camera completely. Let's see if I can hide this camera. Okay, good. So now I'm going to add I want to put a filter on this. And we're going to add, what's it called? An image mask blend. Okay, we're getting close, guys. And then I'm going to go grab that new filter. Lawyer, okay, here we go. Did it work? Yeah. Okay, it worked. Okay, so now this, we'll get rid of this one. Now we got the lawyer cam one, and I'll just move her over a little bit. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll make it a little bit smaller. Hey. Watch this, though. Watch this. Now let's add a background. Let's add a... Hey, what's up? Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to ignore you. How's the album coming? You're asking the one question I care to answer, guys. The album, I just made a new song. Do you guys want to hear it? I do say the word motherfucker in it. You have to be ready for that, though. I heard it earlier. I played it in a live stream and I was like, oh, that motherfucker word comes out real strong. But I did say it. I've been back, Orbs. You just don't see me in the morning. I'm doing this in the morning more. Okay, so hear me out. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to have a background, okay? So let's do an image. We'll call it blue background or something like that. Okay. I'm gonna go grab the image from the PowerPoint. This is all pre-AI stuff for sure. Wallpapers. Let's see here. We got I'll just look up the word blue in here. Okay. Let's see here. Halftone blue. Is this gonna be halftone blue? Okay, this works. Oh. Oops. Put that behind me. Right here. Oops. Hang on, we gotta go further. There. This will be our new. We could play with this. This is like a workable thing. So now, what was I doing before this? Oh yeah, I was showing you YouTube. All right, so here's YouTube. Wait, should I put like the logo up top? I should put the logo up top on. That would be kind of cool. What do you think? You guys think I should add the logo? Might want to tone it down a bit. Tone what down? Oh, boys. Oh, the word motherfucker? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's midnight. It's a midnight stream, though. It's late night, guys. All the kids are asleep. We can say that. Yeah, I am thinking about toning it down. I think that word... Yeah, did you hear it earlier, old boys? I don't know if you heard it. I feel like it was a little bit... Yeah, it was a little bit too much. Oh, I like this screen, though. I really do. Okay, so let's get the new Japanese from Zero logo up. Let's add that in here. So I'll add another source. We'll put an image. And we'll do JFZ 2026 logo. Oops. 2026 logo. Okay. I'll go grab that. That is in the covers. Japanese from Zero. Japanese from Zero. There's 1, 2, 3. Is there just the logo? I don't know if there's just the logo. Oh, here it is. Oh, we can go with the blue one then. All right, there we go. There's the new logo. Okay. Put that up in here. Is that too much? Am I too big? Am I taking up too much space? Does this work? Thoughts? All right. Good background? That works? All right. So now you can see everything. Like I don't have to hide anything, right? I don't have, like, I'm not covering anything. Although I am looking, I feel like maybe I should be over here because when I look over here, what's funny is like it's the exact opposite of what I'm doing. So maybe we should move me over here. That way it looks like I'm looking at the screen. Oops. That way it looks like I'm looking at the screen. That might be a little bit less distracting. Although having the logo, what is this? Lawyer cam. Oh, that's right. Okay. And then the logo. Can I move the logo? Oh, I locked it. Okay. Thoughts? Was it better the other way? Dude, what happened? I'm too zoomed in. I can't see myself anymore. How do I do this? View. Oh, dude, I can't see myself anymore. I'm too... Something happened. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can do things. Is this better? Where it's like this? And then I could have like a... Oops. I could have like a... Oops. Come on. Lock the background. There we go. We'll do this. Moving over here. I think it should be smaller and the screen should be bigger. Maybe shrink it. Shrink me, but I'm the main. All right. All right. Fine. Fine. This is counter to what I was trying to do. I don't want to be too tiny. I'm the star. I'm the star of the whole thing, guys. I will make this a little bit bigger. Oh wait, I have an idea though. How to make this work. It just doesn't work though, unfortunately. Put the logo down here. Actually, maybe we can make the logo a little bit less. I gotta go look at that lawyer. Hang on, give me a second. I'm gonna go look at that lawyer. YouTube.com. I can't remember who he is though. And we'll do lawyer. And then we'll do bricks and minifigs. Because I can't remember what the exact video was. It's not that guy. It's not that guy. It's not that guy. Was it legal mindset? Yes, it's this guy. Okay. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Legal mindset.
Whatever was left over.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to emulate. Right? So here, let me take a excuse me. We'll take a screenshot of this. Oh, he's zoomed into it. I see. He's super zoomed into it. Take like a screenshot of that, and then we'll go back to here. Okay. 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 See, this is what I'm shooting for, guys. George has to be in front and center. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the most important part of the stream. His focus is him. Your focus is the screen you're showing though, right? Well, I think it's both. Like, I watch the video that he's talking about. I don't know. I feel like he's got a really good. How is he doing this? What am I doing different? How does it feel like he has more on the screen than me? So let me just emulate this as much and see if it feels better. We'll emulate this because I like this guy. Pretty big fan of this guy. I kind of like YouTube lawyers. Until they're against me, which they haven't been yet, so. So let's take this, just so we can create the corners of this as well. Just so we know. I think also it's this understated background. The background is really dark, and I think that helps. Mine is too bright. All right, and then he has this little circular thing around it. Yeah, I think this works. Matter of fact, I could just build this. Yeah, this might. I think I have a way to do this. I think there's a way to do it where it's. No, I see the problem. Okay, this will be my guideline. So what I'll do is, give me a second. I got to rethink what I'm doing here. Let's take this out of the picture, and then we got this right. I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Okay. I don't need this picture here anymore, but just for the sake of getting it right, get rid of this picture. Okay, something like this, right? And then put that image as your background. Yeah. No, I get you. I know what you're saying. So let me think about this for a second. My brain has to process what I'm getting ready to do. I think what needs to happen is this. Okay, hear me out. This needs to be the exact height of this. You'll see in a second what I'm going to do. The way I was doing it before, it didn't make sense. So the height of this is this, and I'll match the height to this. I did that completely wrong, I think. Why didn't that work? Wait. Height. Okay, this one's same height. Okay, now I'll center this. Am I in Japanese mode or something? We'll take this. I think left will do that. No, right will do it. Right. Okay. Actually, does this matter? Let me think about this. No, I think it still needs to be centered. Needs to be centered. So we'll just take this down to here. I just realized this lawyer could sue me for using I'm stealing his style. Okay. Take this. Is this can I bring it down one? Yeah, probably. Is this height exactly the same? Okay. So now we'll join these together. Boom. And then we'll export, because this one doesn't matter, right? Oh no, it did matter. Hang on, I accidentally connected it. This we don't need. Get this out of here. These will join. Okay, now export this out. Will be mid third, something like that. Mid thirds. Okay. Now here I'll change my filter, and this will be the mid thirds one instead. There. Oh, I froze. Okay. So now there's more of me being used. Okay. Okay. You watch. It's a process, guys. I got this. All right. So now this one just needs to be set to the size of this. Hang on. Let me not. Oh my God, my brain. Hang on. Oh no, I'm good. So this one, it's the same. It needs to be this height. Okay. Now we'll export this one out. This will just give us our little roundies on them. This will be rounded. We already have a 4K rounded mask, but rounded 4K corners. Okay, now this monitor back here, let's add a filter to this. Guys, I'm sorry, this might be boring. I'm just trying to figure it out. Will gaming videos be making a return? You know, I'm thinking about everything at this point. The one thing I know I need to do is get back to the roots of just teaching Japanese things for sure. But I think gaming videos can come for sure. I just can't edit them. That's the real problem. I think everything changes when I find an editor. The real problem is this. It's chicken and an egg, you know? There's not enough money for an editor. So who do you get that's willing to work for free until it makes money / if it makes money? Oh, I got to click OK on that. And the answer is no one's probably willing to do that. If I had an editor, things would be different. Okay, so now if I close this, so we do have little curves on here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so now here's the key thing. Here's the key thing I got to do. All right, I'm going to do this. Going to make this, make it like black. Put this here. We'll get rid of this picture over here. That's not what I wanted to get rid of. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay. Give me a second, I'll show it to you. Now we'll export this out as our, not an overlay, but like our, it's like our position checker. Okay, so now I'll add position checker as an image source. We're going to call this background checker or something like that. This is just so I know that I'm set up in the right spot. Why can't I see background checker? Or is it called image checker, actually? Oh, position checker. Okay. So I do that. All right. So now, oh my God, that's huge. Oh, that's huge. Is that how huge? Wait. Let's see here. Give me a second. What? What? It's huge. Was it supposed to be that big? Oh no, I was supposed to export it out. Hang on. Let me undo that. Our background checker is too big. Let's set it to the right size. Background checker, where is it? Or image position checker. Okay. Is it going to give me a screen? Should give me a screen here in a second. Okay. Same file exists. Yeah, I think I was just doing it too big. Should be a transformation button here. Oh yeah, 40 inches is insane. I think it's 38. Oh my God, yeah, 3840. Okay, perfect. All right, that's better. Okay, background checker. We'll pull that in again. Okay, so now we'll put this in the very back before the blue background. And now we can, oops, lock that into position. Now I'll move myself. I'm locked. I am locked. We'll move myself. Why am I still locked? I'm not locked. What can I move? There we go. Myself over here. Move this over here. And we'll size it to the right size. That's really weird. So even though I'm at that size, I'm exactly at his size. Oh, I think my corners aren't working. Bring this up to here. I just realized I can make myself look thinner. That's kind of nice. Okay, how is this not working? Oh. No, how is this not working? Oh, maybe my height's different. You know, I see a flaw in my, hang on. I need to make these easier to see. Hang on. That's the flaw in my system here. Export this out. Position checker. Okay, I'm checking chat. Sorry. No. My output's 4K. I was like triple that size though. It was 12,000. It's a 4K canvas. I'm on a 4K screen. See how it's 12,000 right here? So I need to do 3840. It's an insane size difference. So hopefully this will update in a second. My guess is you do it and you share it exclusively with him and ask if he has any notes. It's a gamble, but it's usually what people do when they want to be taken seriously. Someone must have asked something up top. Oh, I could have done this just in OBS? Oh, I didn't know that. Old Boy says, with George's consent, would you mind if I started making single video cuts of JFC books 2, 3, and 4? The only way I would agree to that if they were on my channel. I definitely don't want them on another channel, earning revenue for another channel. You know what I mean? That would be the only way it would work, you know, because it's like the only thing that I have is the stuff that I make, right? Okay. Don't know if that worked. I don't think it. Oh, it did work. Okay, so now we can see it better. All right, so tell me how I could have done the corners things just in OBS. Oh, for it to be on my channel? Oh, yeah. Honestly, I really would like to consider how I can make that happen. If someone comes in, I think I realized that if I want to, when there was Adventures in Asia channel, for example, the only way that worked was because there was an editor. There's just no way I have the time to edit, you know? Okay, so let's see here. There we go. So now we can go a little bit bigger. Is it Shift or Alt? Oops. Definitely not Alt. It's Control. Okay. Okay, so now I can get rid of the background checker. And so this is what the lawyer is doing, except that my circles are really bad. Can someone tell me how to do round circles? Someone was saying I could do this just in OBS. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me just try my other filter that I already have for 4K. Let's see here. Rounded 4K. Rounded 4K mask. How about that? George, in all seriousness, could I put my email in my channel description? And if you send footage, I would give some time. So here, I'll tell you. Here, let me tell you what I need. What I would like. Okay. I do these live streams. Okay. So these live streams get made, and then there's moments where people ask me a question in Japanese, for example, and I answer it. And then there might be 20 minutes later, I go back to that question. Maybe 40 minutes later, I go back to it again. That needs to be put into a clip just of that item. It's what one of my favorite YouTubers does, or his editors do. He's called Kore Kore. Okay. And so Kore Kore has these clips that put out. But I think you just used the public footage versus the test. You guys are so smart. You guys are like all caring for me. Thanks, Shy Lonely. By the way, I have a screen where I can look at what you guys are saying as well, so it's nice. But yes, we could do that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with doing a test. The thing is, right? Anyone that's gonna do work has to be a go-getter, because there's no, like, I'll explain this to you. Everyone that works at my company, the ones that get paid at least, free people or whatever. I don't have free people working for us right now. The only free people are all of the Discord people. I don't even know some of those people. The Discord people, I mean, I don't know who they are. I don't even know how they got in their position. Like, I own the channel, and someone was originally a mod, and then another person got promoted to a mod, and the other person left. And over time, there's been new mods promoted. And somehow, I know Maddie. Maddie's insanely amazing as a human being. I love Maddie. So I don't know those people. They work for free. I don't know who they are. Normally, I don't let people work for free. But right now, I realize that that's how you find the good people, right? But the problem is, there's really no money for editing. There's just none. There hasn't been, unless there was value being added where I said, oh, this is actually good. It's bringing in more views on the channel. We're selling more books, more From Zeros selling because we're doing more stuff like this. Then it will be worth it. Then I can say, you know what? Let me start paying. You know, and it's just something you do in your free time. Shy Lonely says, I've infiltrated a number of small businesses as an intern to learn from biz owners over the year. It's good for learning, just to be careful as you go along. Sometimes being on the customer side is best. I don't know what that means. The customer's side, I don't know what you mean by that. But Shy Lonely, just so I appreciate you caring for me. But luckily I'm not dumb. I have been in business now for about 27 years, and we've never had outside investment. So we've done well, and we've had some employees have been with us for 18 years, actual paid employees. Shy Lonely says, George, thanks again. Passed N4 because of you, studying N3 now. Wow. Oat Boy says, no worries about paying. I would love to practice and work with a YouTuber I'm a fan of. Yeah, well, I want it to be good. You know, I want it to be good. I'll tell you another guy that was Mike, a guy named Mike. He won a video editing contest. I don't know if you saw that a long time ago. He won a video editing contest, and it was fantastic. Like, you could tell a lot of work went into it. And I was like, hey, do you want a job? And I was offering him like an hourly rate at the time. He's like, nah, I could do that at Office Depot. I'm like, okay, well, how about this? And then I offered him exactly what, well, I said, he said I could do better at Office Depot. He says, well, how much is Office Depot paying? So I gave him that at the time. And then he did all the videos on adventures in Asia. So go watch some adventures in Asia, because he's really good. Some of the newer stuff was me. So watch some of the not the last like 3 or 4 videos, watch before that. That's all Mike. Mike was excellent. And then one day he said to me, I want to be a programmer. Can I do programming instead? Because I hate this video editing job. And I said, you know what? Let me ask you, do you know how to program? He goes, nah, I'll figure it out. I said, okay, I'll let you do it. But if you aren't good, I have to let you go. I've told the story. I feel like I have Alzheimer's, because on live streams, you never know who you're talking about or, talking with. So you end up saying the same thing like over and over again. But yeah, Mike is like, he's the CTO now. He learned nothing and became like the lead guy on the website. He's handling everything. But Oat Boys, you have to have good equipment. If you want to work at this company, everyone that works at this company is a go-getter, every single one of them. And even if you eventually ever got a paid position, it's not even good pay. I'll be honest. The one thing it is, though, is really a free schedule. It's work when you need to get the job done. You need time off, just take it off. There's been times where people have had to take a month off. They didn't plan it, but it was like stuff happened. No one's ever taken advantage of it ever at the company. The minute they did, I just let them go. If I thought I was being taken advantage of, they're just gone. And there are times where I've had to pull. There's one time so far in this system we've been doing so long, where I had to really take a guy aside and I say, hey, look, this isn't working. Either you be the person you used to be, where you were super on time and go-getter, or this is the last conversation we're going to have. The next time this shows up, you're just gone. And he's super valuable. He's made a lot of things for this company. So it doesn't matter how good you are. It just matters that you're reliable. Reliability is the most important thing to me. So for example, boys, if you became the editor, and you're editing, free or not, by the way, free or not, I'm not going to demand anything on you. I'm not going to like push you. We're not that kind of a company, but you need to be pushing to us. I feel bad saying that, but I'm just letting you know the situation. That's what it is. Okay. Now, another thing, a long time ago, I had an employee, who, man, did I try hard for this guy. This guy, I'm still to this day upset that we had to fire him. I fired him once because he just did not get videos out. He was an actual editor, but he was great. His videos were so fun that he edited, and he promised editing by a certain day, and I forget days. I used to, at least. I put them on calendars now, but I'll forget a day that something was promised, and then I'll go to him like a week later, after it's ready, and he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Now my computer broke and I wasn't able to edit. What? I'm like, what? What? How long ago was that, bro? Right? So how long ago was that your computer broke, right? Because the minute that it broke, you should have contacted me. Oh my God. I can't get out of this video screen. There we go. I said, the minute it broke, you should have told me, right? Because we just bought a new computer for Conoco. And if you needed help, I could have helped you get a new computer or get that one repaired. But it was a lie anyway. It's not what happened. He just made that up, or else he would have told me, right? But the dubious part was it was a week after the due date. That shows a lack of disrespect, or a lack of respect for the company. And you know what I did? You know what I did to that man? Well, first of all, I got angry with him. And then I gave that job to Mike, first of all, and then I put him on other work. And then the next time he wasn't good, you know what I did? You think I fired him? I had a discussion with Justin, the co-owner of the company. I said, I think he needs more money. That's probably what it is. He's not motivated enough. So I gave him more money. And he still messed it up. Went through a few more rounds of that where he just wasn't performing. And then I had to let him go. And I let him go. And then I brought him back. I said, I brought him back against everybody's advice in the company. I said, look, he went to like programming school and he became a programmer. We needed programmers at the time. So I was like, do you want to program? Do you want to do do you want redemption? He's like, yes. And everyone was against it. Why would you bring someone back that you already fired? I said, well, look, because I like the guy. Let's bring him back. And he was good for a while. And then he just ghosted. I let him go again. And then I brought him back again for a special project that we needed for like doing analysis of data, right? There was we wanted some sort of like reports for, user average stay times and, average monthly income and churn and just stuff like that you can get easily out of AI now. But back then you needed a person to do it. Now AI can like look at the data, create you something and boom, you have it, right? And I brought him in on that and it was going okay. And then he ghosted again. He's got some personal problems. I don't know. Till this day, I'm bummed about it. And to this day, I still talk to the guy. I don't hate him. Although I was saying F that guy for a long time because I was just angry. Not because he was bad at what he did. I was just disappointed that he lost that opportunity. You know what I mean? It was sad. Big delay between the chat and the stream. That's mostly because, oh yeah, that's right. You can see the delay. Yeah, for me it's instant, but I don't see the delay on the stream. Now you know how long it takes me to look at these things. Highly respect you in the businesses you run. Been on the customer student side for years, buying books. If I became your employee but sucked at my job, then the relationship gets messy. Yeah, true. The other thing that I will say is this. If you think I'm awesome and you have so much respect for me, just be ready to be disappointed when you talk to me for real. Never meet your hero. Not that I'm your hero, but people are just never what you think they are. Hero hates me. But it's my fault. Makes sense. You know what? I'm pretty forgiving. Like I will hate a person and I will swear them off for like a day or two. Like there's a guy that I met a while back and then I met him in real life. He moved to Vegas and we hung out, I think twice. I helped him even move furniture into his place. I like the guy a lot, but then he said something that really rubbed me the wrong way. And I just blocked him. I blocked him for like 3 weeks. And I was like, I'm never talking to that guy again. And I unblocked him. And I'm like, hey man, what's up? I haven't said hi to him, but he knows he's unblocked. And I haven't had the conversation with him. I was like, I feel like I owed him a conversation. Why I blocked you. This is starting to sound like a toxic on and off again relationship. Yeah, with that guy, definitely it is. The toxic one's me for trusting him each time. I agree with Shy Lonely in that I don't commit unless I believe I can deliver. I'll check out the Adventures in Age of the videos and see if I think I could edit in that style. Well, that style's different than the stuff from the live stream. Live stream are just cuts. They're just quickie cuts, and if you want to throw in some cool fun graphics, maybe throw in a snappy sound in the beginning. I would watch the Kore Kore channel. The Kore Kore channel, for me, the Kore Kore Clips channel is really cool. Like it's like today on Kore Kore. It's like the text on the screen, right? It's like the most biggest lying woman on the earth. It all becomes clear. And you're like, oh, and then it just jumps to him, and then it jumps to him saying certain things like, what are you talking about? Like, that's really, oh, I'm done, you know, but it's real. It's not the fake one I just did. It's like, he's really upset. Or he's like, and he's laughing. That's ridiculous. Why don't you just admit it? You're lying. You're such a liar. Would you just stop it? Just stop it. We already know you're lying. I know you're lying. You're the only one that isn't admitting it. We all know you're lying, you know? And it's like, they cut those, and then you're like, you're vested. Now you want to see it. And then it jumps to this really calm, like the phone call comes in online, and it's like, moshi moshi, hi, okay, you know, what's your name? Okay, and okay, he's taking notes on the screen, and it's just like, that's the cut. Just the intro takes a little bit of time, and then runs into the cut. That's what I'm looking for that. The Adventures in Asia stuff, trust me, I'm looking for that. I have so many videos. The problem with the Adventures in Asia stuff is, it's an insane amount of footage, and you have to come up with a narrative for what it's going to be. All of those videos that Mike made, a lot of them weren't planned. It was just like, we shot a bunch of stuff and he gave it a title. Like, here, let me show you on Adventures in Asia, okay? Literally, I have pictures, or I have video of Mike giving the edit that he's going to do. He explains it. All right, hang on. All right, let me get my headphones here. I muted myself. Sorry, I didn't mean to mute myself. Okay, let's go find the first Lost in Japan. That's the one where he names the series. Okay, then he creates the intro. This insanely good intro. So I think this is the series. Right? Okay, so let's watch the first one. Let's watch the intro to the first one. Now, keep in mind, this is random. Oh, I forgot to switch. Wait, we gotta go to the new screen. Hang on. I don't have a button for it yet. Give me a second. First we'll go to here, and then we'll go to this one. Yeah. Okay. All right, so watch. This is not planned. We're arriving in Japan. It's day one. We are lost on our way to our Airbnb, and this is just me filming. He took all the footage, and this was his idea. Here we go.
I'm George Trombley. I don't get lost. I got lost in Korea once, dude. Yep, this definitely feels like the right way. It's definitely not this way for sure. Oh, you know what? I think it is this way, actually. Not that I know. I could just pop it up on the map. Should I do that? Or do you want to get lost a little bit?
On this episode of Lost in Japan, George trusts his instinct and throws away Google.
I don't need no fucking navigation. I will fucking get to the... You need to shut your mouth. I grew up in Japan. I fucking know where I am, alright?
Okay.
What?
So, when I edit this, 100%.
Yes.
Hey, okay, whatever. That's gonna be how this starts. And it's gonna be called Lost in Japan. The whole entire paper. It's called Lost in Japan. It's literally
like
gonna
it.
start, the first part is gonna be like...
All right, there you go. See? Mike, we can get a drink. We can get a drink, Mike. Fucking drink. Do you have a coin, man?
I think so.
All right. Oh my God, I lost. Water went down the wrong side of my throat. So, Mike was not just an editor, right? He came up with concepts. That Lost in Japan, it's a rare thing in this company, in my mind, in my memory, in my narcissistic memory. I'm the one that thinks of everything, but Mike was thinking of things, and that was cool. Yeah, I don't need you to do that level of animation, okay? That was Mike, but that's actually not hard. That's like literally, you get a full graphic, and then you just drag it across the keyframes, and then you move it up, you move it down. That's not hard. it's the inventing of the concept that's hard. That work is just, you could figure that out. Keyframes. Right. Oh, 80. Oh, why are you up? Violet, what are you doing up? Go to bed. Go to bed. You do not have permission to watch this stream, Violet. You got work tomorrow. We were talking about you, and I was trying to keep it away from you. I thought you were in bed, Violet. If you were in bed, I could keep talking secretly about you, which was my goal. Well, here's the cool thing, Oat. Let me say this. If you truly want to do this, it's a lot of stupid work. You could take your time because you're not getting paid, right? It's like you trying to build up skill or something. And the reason why I don't like this, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's a factor, right? I don't like having people do things for free because it's me getting benefit from someone without paying them. It's me taking advantage of them. So I never do it. I never let anyone do it. But why am I going to do it this time? Because the money's not there. And I know that it's like a chicken and the egg. We need an editor. If the channel's going to keep producing stuff, we have a backlog of a ton of stuff that could be edited, right? Into cool things. And then maybe more revenue comes in. And then it balances out and then you get paid. You become part of the team, right? That's what we were talking about, Violet. Now, I will be fair that Violet has offered to do this, and I have not let her do this. And I'll tell you why. Okay, we're going to be talking about Violet right now. Violet is too talented to be working on my stupid videos. Oh, boys, I don't know you. I don't have like a vested interest in you, but Violet's my best friend, okay? And seriously, she's my BFF, and I don't want her wasting her life on my videos. You can waste your life on my... Look, I didn't mean to insult you right now. Oh, boys. You can do... This is... Okay. Oh, man. No, I don't want you to waste your life on my videos, Violet. It's not worth it, man. You got bigger, better things you can be doing. Violet is a talented artist, insane artist. She's actually an amazing video editor, all of those things. But as a fan, I'm team whoever can do it. Just want to see the content. I'll gladly waste my life on your videos. Oh, man. This is going to be one of those videos that come back to haunt me. Like, oh, look at George here in 2026 before the lawsuit. Here he is admitting his sins. What is that face, Violet? Violet, listen. Listen. You already talked to me too much. The last thing you want to do is watch me on video all day from 2022 in Korea and trying to figure out all the cool things that are happening or not happening. I need to rescue. No, I can't rescue you from the bank job unless you're getting paid. That's the problem. And I don't have the money to pay you. I would hire you in a heartbeat. You know that I would. Your talent is there, Violet. I have said in the meetings more than once, if I had the money, Violet would be there. And when I almost fired that guy the other day, please don't say his name. But when I was this close and we had the next meeting, a follow-up meeting to that meeting, I was partially hoping he would mess up. Because I remember, I told you, right? I'm like, damn it. He did a good job. He came back and he's so talented. I can't lose him. And you're the only way I could do that would be losing that talent and gaining another one. That's the only way I could do it, you know? So I'm just trying, look, I'm just really trying to figure out what we're doing on this YouTube channel. But anyway, so we have the live streams. What I need to start doing is recording them again. I don't record them right now. They just stay on the live stream, and then you have a lesser quality version to cut from. But you might have to figure out how to pull them down, because I'm not going to pull them down for you. There was a guy back in the day that had a way of pulling them down, the full quality, not just the 1080 quality, which is the only one I think you can get is the 1080. But there is I think we're broadcasting at 4K or what is it? It's not full 4K, but it's bigger. It's bigger than 1080. Well, go to bed, good boys. I mean, old boys, sorry. Go to bed, it's fine. Is it 2 a.m. already? It's early for me. Well, okay, you want to just, hey, old boys, it's better if you just hit me up on Discord. I'm at Polyglot George, all right? Yeah, 1440, that's what it is. No, you can't download it from YouTube. You can, but you can't do it direct from YouTube. There's another, you have to build some sort of script to get it. AI can build it now, though. There's free scripts out there, but they're trash. Like you have to watch like an ad or something like that. But oh boys, hit me up in Polyglot George. There's another guy named Mark that said he was going to edit videos for me. I haven't seen anything from him yet. But you know, I don't mind there being more than one person and finding a way to make it work. You know, I eventually want to find a way to make it mutually beneficial. But right now, I don't have that option. It's too. Yeah, see it. Go. Bye. Too much like right on the line right now. You know, we're right on the line. The economy is really tanking right now, and it's affecting us. Let's see here. Just gonna check out. Just curious. This ADHD thing. I want to just check something right now. Did you guys see the new covers for the Japanese Zero books? Oh man, I gotta find a way to get to this screen. I gotta add it. Let me add it. Let me add this new screen. Give me a second. I'm gonna add it. Where is this? I'm gonna change this to be this one. There we go. That's our new one. We can go back to here. We can go back to here. That's our new thing. So this is the new cover. And all the books got a new cover. They're not showing on the preview page here. But if we go here, we'll see the new cover. Oh no, it reverted. That's because it's the Kindle. There we go. There's a new cover for book 3. Okay. There's a new cover for book 3 as well. That was 2, sorry. I think I said it was 3. Where's this one? These are showing all the Kindles. I hate when it does that. Don't show the Kindle paperback. Here we go. There you go. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen them all together like that. So these are all the new covers. Cool, huh? And you might not know there's also now Spanish from Zero. I don't have a copy to show you except for the older version of it, the test copy, but this is the new. We changed the logo of the company, so. All right. Okay, George-san, can you teach me how to use e-adjectives with me? Ooh, kanashimi. Okay. All right. Let's do 2 things. We're going to do 2 things. Kanashi means sad, right? Kanashimi means sorrowfulness, sadness. Okay? Atsui, not the atsui for hot. There's another one for thick, like buatsui. Atsumi means thickness. Okay? Aji, that's different. Ajimi, that's different. Sorry. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's not a lot of the me ones. There's more of sa ones, right? So let's go back to atsui. Atsui, let's use a different one. Okay, hiroi. Hiroi means wide. It's an e adjective. If I take the e off and add sa, it becomes the attribute width. It means wide, hiroi, and to make it hirosa, it means width, right? It's same thing for like samusa, coldness. Oh, kono samusa shinogenai. I can't get over this cold, right? Samusa. And then you can do that. The sa one you can do for like anything, like takai. You have hirosa with takasa, height, fukasa, depth. Fukai means deep, fukasa. Mi is more deep, like kanashimi. I actually wrote something with kanashimi. Let me see if I can find this. Nah, I'm not gonna show it. It's a thing I wrote. A really dark poem that my friend played music to, and then he sang it. But it's got kanashimi in there. Kanashimi. A lot of the mi words are pretty set words. I would say they're less. You can't create a bunch. You can't say hiromi. There's no hiromi. There's no takami. Okay. There's no kawaii-mi. There's none of that. Kawaii-sa is their cuteness, though. All right, there you go. Yeah, Z Caliber, don't tell anybody. It's a secret stream. No one knows. Hey, Kyle, speak of the devil. Sa is like Ness. Yes. Good job. Kyle has a series on TikTok called Japanese is Easy, I think.
Japanese Easy 39. Japanese Easy 39. Japanese Easy 39.
Yeah, that's him. Japanese Easy 39. It was pretty well received. Kyle knows a little bit about what he's talking about. Aren't you up late, Kyle? I'm hoping Violet went to sleep. She's up way too late. Shy Lonely, I'll tell you why I haven't talked about the new Japanese from Zero Books. Because even though they're up here on Amazon, it takes a while for the old stock to get wiped out. So even if you order this cover, it might take, there's a possibility you get the older version. That's why I haven't ordered any. So even when I order like an author's copy, they pull it from the Amazon stock. And it's a mixed bag. If you right on the, we just released this like 3 days ago. It just this is like the first day where all the covers are showing up properly. So, I'm very cautious to promote it. So I'm really not promoting it. Like the fact that it's showing the $35 price, that to me is dubious because that's the previous price. That was me testing a different price. It didn't help. Weirdly, it actually sold less with the $35 price. I don't know why. So I went back to the original price of $39.97. Okay. And sometimes it shows the $39.97 and I'm thinking, oh, maybe they ran out of the older version. But I think this is the older previous price because they're selling the older version. Okay. That's what I think. Kinkyu Jishin Sokoho desu. Oh my gosh. Where are you? Are you not? That just happened in the Philippines. So I wonder if it's slipping in Japan too. Are you okay, man? If you got to go outside, go outside. Do not stay here just for the stream, okay? Be safe. Get into a door jam. Be careful, man. I think it was like my first month in Japan. It might have been within my first week. I was 12. I was so young that I actually had G.I. Joe. And I was playing with my G.I. Joe, my Cobra. I can't remember the names. Snake. I don't remember all the names. But I was playing on my bed, and then I stood up and I was like, and then it was like 1 a.m. And I think it was so new to Japan. I was still like messed up on time zones, right? Even though I was 12, I was still awake. And everything started shaking. And I had never experienced an earthquake. And I had no idea how to handle this. Like it's the scariest thing on earth where the one thing that's most reliable in your life, gravity and the ground, goes away. And I remember thinking the TV's gonna, because these old big TVs, like I thought it was gonna fall. It was shaking so much, and my dad's like, get in the door jam. That's why I said that right now. But get in the door jam. So you get in the door jam because that's like, the building is structured around that door jam. So it's a very secure spot to be. Nothing's gonna fall on your head if you're in the door jam most of the time, unless the whole building falls. So be careful. I Only one I ever felt was actually back in the 90s. Wow. How old are you, Z Caliber? You seem younger than that. A huge earthquake happened in, I think I was in Central America. How could you could feel it in Minnesota? Wow. That's pretty big. Oh, I forgot to do what I was going to do. I was supposed to come up in here and I was going to release some of these videos. Like some of these videos, I've already re-released a few videos recently that were, I went back and I watched them and they were really good. I'm like, why did I private this? And I don't know. So I unprivated them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go through all of these videos here. A lot of these with these 0 views means they're zero views, which means they never been watched. So this is someone talking about studying pace. I don't need to give this one video hiatus. That's 9 years ago. Fetus Deletus book the beginner. Book for beginner. I'm not going to probably use that name up there. That's pretty sad for a name. I don't like that. Here, we'll just look at what these look like. Here, we'll look at one of these. Like, I don't even know what's in this. This was edited by another editor, put up here, and I somehow must have accidentally not realized that they were all available.
Should be easy.
Hang on. Let's get to the right screen here.
Why should it not?
Fetus. I should have looked at this name. Fetus Deletus. What would you recommend for a beginner who is learning hiragana? Hiragana, I'm gonna learn some hiragana. Guys, man, did you guys learn that hiragana over there last week? Yeah, man, that hiragana be real fun. I learned up the kaki kukekos over there. Hiragana, yeah. I'm gonna learn the katakana next. You know what I'm saying? It's hiragana, common typo. Hiragana, okay. Or katakana. What do you recommend for a beginner who is learning hiragana? Should I start with Genki or your books first? Which is better to do professionally? Which is better do you professionally believe to be the best for self-study? What do you want me to say here, Fetus Deletus? Japanese from Zero obviously is the winner. Obviously. Now, I would say wait a little bit. Within about a month, we have a revision coming up. This book doesn't force hiragana down your throat. You learn it in small increments. And by lesson 9, you know all the hiragana. Then when you get to book 2, you slowly learn katakana while learning.
Guys, at this point, it's revision 8.3. So this is a very old book here. This is when version 7 first came out.
There's no pressure. You learn it and it gets replaced little by little. Okay, now, you can't believe me though, because I wrote those books. Do you realize this is my name? You cannot trust my opinion on my book. Do you think if you asked the people that wrote Genki what would be the best book, that they would ever say, Japanese from Zero is really good? I don't think they would. Now, is Genki a good book? I've heard good things about it. I have it in the back here. I've looked at it a little bit. I really don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I would lie to you. Probably. The one thing about Genki that I've heard, one complaint, is that there's a lot of pair exercises in there. Now, I noticed we have a few pair exercises, very limited in Japanese from Zero Book 1. But in the revision, I just made a bunch of jokes about people not having friends instead. It's more fun. All right. Or an alternative question, what are some good memorization techniques for the hiragana? Do some memorization techniques for the hiragana. Use it. Read it and use it. One thing I like to do, well, of course, the kanji is a little bit difficult, but if you buy a children's book, they'll have furigana on top, which I taught earlier in this. I don't know if this is like one question at a time that I'm going to release, or if it's the entire show. I hope it's the entire show. But furigana is that little, it's just little hiragana on top to help you read. If you get a children's book, they'll always have that. Okay? If they even have kanji at all. Sometimes they just have spaced hiragana and katakana. But those are good books to read too, for you when you're learning. And you could learn, like, what I like to do is I get a book that's already a book that I know and I like that's in English, right? And then I buy the Japanese version or the Korean version of it. So for example, I have Time Machine, which is a great book by H.G. Wells. I have that in Korean. I have Goosebumps. I have the English version, the Korean version, and the Japanese version, and the Chinese version, right? One day I'll read them all. I haven't done it, but it's a plan. All right. There we go on that. Thank you for the question.
Sorry. You know, what's funny is I think I said something earlier and you didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said, guys. I think I was muted. I was saying, by the way, version 8.3 of the book is available now. Sorry, I was muted. And I still haven't read the Goosebumps book is what I was just saying as well. I only ever felt one back in the 90s. Yes, I think I just read that already. Yes. Craziest thing near me was a plane that exploded and crashed near my bus route. But I was in Japan at the time. It was on the news there, though. Gonna be in my vlog when I finish editing them. Some of the best stuff I've ever filmed was in Taiwan. I met this girl in Hello Talk, and then we sang karaoke all night long in Chinese karaoke, okay? I think they call it KTV or something like that. And then I thought that was cool. She was just being nice. She hung out with the old man, this cute girl. And then she called me again. She said, "You're still here, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here." "All right, where do you want to meet? I got to take you around to the night markets." I'm like, "Okay." So I met her at this electronic shop that I was at. And she said, "Okay, let's go." I was like, "Oh, you want to catch like a cab?" Like, "No, get on the back of my moped." And I filmed the whole thing. I'm on the back of my moped. I'm like hugging onto this girl with my camera. Oh my God, so much fun. Like, that's like a dream scenario for me. Like, because I remember I was thinking all these mopeds in Taiwan, if I ever come back, I got to figure out how to get a moped. And boom, I got one like 2 nights later. And she took me to eat like all this crazy food. And it's like, that was awesome. But no one's ever edited it. I haven't even watched the footage in like probably, that's easily 6-7 years ago now. I existed before the Chernobyl accident, but just barely. I don't know what that means. Alexa, when was Chernobyl?
From Bartleby.com. Chernobyl was a catastrophic nuclear accident that occurred April 26, 1986 at the Chernobyl.
Alexa, stop. 86. I must have been in like 7th grade. Yeah. It was probably coming on my 2nd year in Japan. I wish Netflix let me watch stuff in Japanese without being in Japan. It's so selective. You could try a VPN. The problem is they're really good at knowing you're on a VPN. You have to have like a VPN that is so unused that they don't track those numbers or something like that. Violet's finally going to bed at 2:12. That is insane. Ya mata hasta mi mejor amigo. Nemas buenas noches. Kyle says, my best experiences are like that. I say I stumble into things. Yeah. Stumbling in is the best thing. Roberto Baca says it's 3 a.m. here and I want to sleep, but I want to sleep at 6 p.m. Yeah, I know the VPN thing, but then I'm paying for 2 subscriptions. Yeah, I get you. Konnichiwa, I'm new to your channel. Well, welcome, GSFYGVNBCFFGGFHGH. I'm just gonna call you for short. Is that cool? Hopefully you don't mind. Welcome to the channel. And good night, Violet. Kyle, did you hear the new part in the song that you're in? Kyle's my my arch nemesis in my music. Just call him Jeff. Jeff. Just sci-fi given because fug. Give sci-fi given because fuck. I'm not tired yet. That's the problem. I'm liking this new lighting though. This is a cool. I should do nighttime live streams every now and then, just to catch both sides of the globe. You know, where are you guys all living? I know Kyle's in Vegas. Your name is not Jeff, Kyle. Is it? You didn't give me a. I am Gargi, 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 or Gargi. Is it Gargi? It's like a Russian name, Gargi. Alexa, where is the name Gargi from?
According to fandom, Gargamel was born in the void.
Alexa, stop. Gargamel. Okay. Gargi name origin. Oh, it's a feminine name. Sanskrit origin. Indian history. Ooh, Indian history and mythology. Indian. Are you Indian? And are you a female? Nice to meet you. Hey George, you may have answered this at some time, but what grammatical aspect of Japanese do you consider the hardest? I don't think I've ever been asked that. Hardest. I think, okay, it's not grammatical. Let me think about the grammatical part, but the hardest part about Japanese that really got accented for me was when I started learning Korean and I started learning Chinese. And it was a two-step process, okay? First was when I learned Korean, they don't have kanji. So everything is in a very easy to learn to write script called Hangul. And right away you're reading and writing. So within like a week you could read Shakespeare in Korean if you wanted to. You might not be fast, but there's nothing stopping you, right? And now Japanese has kanji, and Japanese kanji can be read in a billion different ways, right? Like, oh, in this word it's read this way, but in this word it's this way, and you know, and it's insanely difficult when you come from Korean only. So Koreans absolutely hate Japanese for that because they don't like kanji at all. Okay, and then I thought, oh well, Chinese is just as bad. It's not though, because Chinese will have a character. Literally, I'm going to just say 99% of the time, it's always read the same way. Now, there's some kanji that are read in different ways, but when they're read in a different way, it's because they're a different function in the sentence. When they're part of a word, they're always the same way, and they're always the same tone. Now, there are ways that the tone can change, but that's like a grammatical thing. It's like, oh, when you have a third tone followed by a third tone, blah, blah, blah. There's rules like that. Japanese, though, it's the kanji readings could be whatever. You could have irogami, which means colored paper. The exact same writing could be shikisha, or shikishi, sorry. Shikishi, which means like a name placard that you get people to sign. It's all context. So that's the hardest part for me. Grammatically, what grammatically? I feel like the verb conjugation's not too bad. I think the thing that's maybe difficult is, you know, you learn ichidan verbs and you learn godan verbs, or what we call regular verbs and iru-eru verbs, right? Now, each of those verb types are very easy to conjugate, right? You can learn easily if you know, but recognizing when a verb is an iru-eru verb, that's difficult. And every verb type in Japanese, all of the 5 verb types in Japanese, all can end in ru. Matter of fact, every verb type only ends in ru. Every verb type, except for what do we call the regular verbs, or the godan verbs, the 5-step verbs. So any verb that doesn't end in a ru can only be regular, which means you have to convert it to a, I, u, e, o, kaki, kukeko, depending, right? So arau, to wash, becomes araimasu. Arao, let's watch. Let's wash. Araenai, araeru, right? I can or I can't. So you have to use the 5 hiragana steps. But when you get to any verb ending in a ru, it's like, oh, it's a potluck. Well, what could it be? How do I do something with it? You know, that's what makes it, I think, a little bit difficult. That for me is probably because even I don't have a magic way of saying, if you have a verb that ends in iru or eru rhyming sound, if it was always going to be a single step verb, a 1 step, or what we call an iru eru verb, it would be nice, but sometimes it's not. For example, okay, miru, and it rhymes with iru. so it's an iru eru verb. Like the only way you know it's the one condition that's always true is if it's an iru eru verb, which means the verb that you can drop the ru off, it's gonna rhyme with iru or eru. That's why we call it iru eru verbs in Japanese from zero. Okay, but it's not always the case. Miru is one, taberu is one. You just drop the ru and you add your conjugations. It's super easy. But what about hashiru? Hashiru rhymes with iru on the end, but it's hashirimasu. Hashirimasu. Wakaru ends in a ru, right? Ends in a ru, but there's no ka or ki or ke, so you're good. I was thinking of something else when I said that. I don't know why I brought up wakaru. I guess I could bring up wakaru because there's aru verbs, which is an a form plus a ru, but that has to be nope. There's a different version. There's gozaru becomes gozaimasu, where you drop the ru and you add an e. It's hard. That's all I'm trying to say. There's no easy pattern to know. You just have to learn this particular. The easiest pattern is if it doesn't end in a ru, it's always this way no matter what. That's the easiest rule. Everything else is potluck. It ends in a ru. Got to do something with it. Kyle says, pretty sure the E or the A has to be outside the kanji. Yes, but I think I tested that theory a while ago. I think a few years back I was like, oh my God, this is the way to do it. But it's not the truth. I don't think so. Let me think about that. It might be the truth, but it doesn't help because when you hear a verb, you don't know. Like, so for example, kaeru is kaerimasu, so it's an iru eru exception verb. It's actually a regular verb. That is the kanji has the a inside of it. I'm trying to figure out what verb broke this, if there was one. Okay, let me think about the ones that are iru eru verbs then. Well, think about it. Miru. No. Miru doesn't have e or a outside of it, and kaeru doesn't have e or a outside of it. And one is an iru eru verb and one is not. So yeah, it gets broken right away. Because there's a lot of 2-character kanji where if it's, well, maybe the rule is if it's a single let me think about this. If it's a single or e sound plus just a ru, then maybe that's the rule. It's always iru eru in that case. That might be good. These have to be tested before you put it as a rule. So that's a good theory though, Kyle. You know, it's definitely something I thought about before, but I probably broke it. So the way I write grammar is I'll come up with the theory, I'll write it, I'll make the grammar, and then we go back and forth. We try to break the grammar. And if you can break it, not a good rule. If it's almost always never broken, like I feel like that's one of these ones, Kyle. I think it's a good point. Something I should revisit. Maybe we should make a video on it. We meaning me. Like I'll research it. Like I'll look at all the iru. There's only like, by the way, there's only like 16 or 17 exceptions to the iru eru verb. Most of them are going to be that way. But let me think. We got, no. I just broke it. It's already broke. Look up the verb here. Oh, let's go to the dictionary here. Hang on. All right, let's go to the dictionary. Uh-oh. Did I close it? Let me reset this is my test. Give me a second. Is it this one? Okay, let's reset this. This isn't a live thing yet. We'll see if it resets itself. Give it a second. I might have closed down. Did I close down Docker? I don't want to go to G-Show. I'm trying to use my own dictionary. What is happening? All right, we'll see. We'll get there in a second. I'm going to have to use G-Show, unfortunately. Okay, we have to go to gshow.org. I'm going to break this rule, Kyle, for you right now. The rule that I made that I was hoping was a good thing was if it's a single kanji plus ru, it's always going to follow a certain rule. But I'll break it right here with the verb neru. One is to sleep. To sleep. This is an iru eru verb. That means you drop the ru. So if you want to say, I will sleep, it's nemas. But there's another verb that's neru. It means to need, K-N-E-A-D, right here. This is an iru eru exception verb is what we call it, or another way to call it is really it's just a regular verb, which means it becomes nerimas. So the rule is broken, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Good try. I need a some celebration thing. So that doesn't work, unfortunately. Let me scroll back up here. What's hard about speaking if you know what you're going to say? The pronunciation is pretty easy. Okay. Yeah. I think reading is the hardest part since you got no space between words and you need to learn when a new word starts. Well, I actually made a video on that a long time ago, and I showed you how reading is actually easier when you know kanji. The spaces are there. They are the particles. Particles are spaces. And if you understand that, it gets much easier. I'm not going to ask AI about it, Kyle. I just answered it without AI. Jeez. No, I'm not going to ask AI about it. You ask AI. AI will tell you you're right until you prove that it's wrong. Then, oh, yeah, you're right to tell me about that. I don't ask AI for Japanese questions. Well, I guess I do sometimes, but it's rare. I just proved it to you, though. Here, I'll show it to you again. Look. Neru. Here, look. We can look at the inflections. Here we go. Nenai, nemasen, nenakatta, nemasen deshita. These are all the rus being dropped and adding your stems. Here we go. Let's watch the inflections for neru. The other neru. Neranai, nerimasen, neranakatta. Literally the exact same conditions, but they are different verb types. Wakarimasu ka? Does that help? Okay, good. As long as we understand. Kanji signifies the start of words. If there's a kanji, yes. A lot of words sometimes are written only in hiragana. Kyle, 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 Kyle. You have to have a little bit of humility. Just because you know some things doesn't mean you know everything. It's okay to say you don't know. Don't be confidently wrong. All right. So for example, what about osakana, onamae? All of those start with an O. That's a hiragana start. All right. There are words that start without kanji. There are also words that are split up with hiragana and have more kanji in them. Kirinuki, for example. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Z Caliber says it really tests your vocab knowledge, but it's incredible. He's talking about the Pokemon game. That says it feels like reading kana is harder if your first language is not English. To be honest, since many of the kana words sound kind of close to the English word. What? Oh, when you say kana, by the way, kana means hiragana and katakana. By the way, you have to only say katakana if you're talking about that. Have you gotten any tips on how to learn onomatope? I feel like they are so hard to remember outside of the common ones. This is the thing. If you watch YouTubers or TikTokers do those things where they're showing you the I think they're called gyongo in Japanese. Here, we'll look it up. We'll make sure. Gyongo. I think that's what they're called. Onomatopoeia. They're going to show? My keyboard not working? Oh, well, my internet's just really slow. It's been slow, slow all day. There. A gyongo. So, with the gyongo, there are certain ones that are like that you have to learn, but then they're showing you a bunch that even Japanese people don't remember. Just keep that in mind. Anyone that's doing one of those, you know, those like, you ever seen those ones where like, oh, how do you say mother in Chinese? Ma. How do you say mother in Chinese? Ma. How do you say in Chinese? Ma. And they do all the tone things. That's normally not a problem. No, because normally there's context around it, right? So there's things like tsuru tsuru, kira kira, beta beta. These are all pretty, nuru nuru. These are all pretty easy ones you can understand. You can learn them because they're everyday. There's a lot of maniac ones that you don't know. Okay, that will be harder. But how do you use them? How do you learn them? You if you find one that you think is interesting, you shove it into sentences. You shove it into situations and you try to use it. But the fuel of your learning Japanese will be the interactions you have with Japanese people. You can't just like receive. It's this back and forth with Japanese people that gets you something. Okay. Well, Japanese has this weird thing where they have sounds for things that shouldn't have a sound. You know, like pika pika. Pika pika is a way to say new. And pika pika, right? You want to know something really interesting? The nuclear bomb in Japan. There's another word for it. It's pika dong. Pika dong. It's like explosion and then sound because, sorry, pika is the sound of the light. Pika. And then dong is the sound because the light traveled faster and the sound came. That's one way to call the nuclear bomb, pika dong. Ahmad Drosti. Hard to see without my glasses. I don't know if you, I don't know, guys, but for me, reading is easy, even if I look up some words here and there. Speaking, however, is so hard for me. Everyone is a little bit different in this area, but also there's a thing that happens in the very beginning of learning a language. It's called the Dunning-Kruger, where you think it's easy because you don't know what it is all. You learn stuff at the very, very beginning stages, and it feels like this is super accomplishable. And only when you get to like the final stage of this Dunning-Kruger do you realize you don't know as much as you think you knew. Like I'm at that stage of Japanese where it's like, I know I don't know everything. Like I know how insanely difficult Japanese is. Any language is insanely a lot of work to get to that state. Like Spanish is crazy for me. It's one of the hardest languages I've ever learned. I'm so used to the style of Japanese and Korean and Chinese that when I got to Spanish, I was just blown away at how difficult it was, right? But in the beginning, I was like, this doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty good at Spanish. No, I never said that because I'm aware. I'm aware that I have learned too many languages, at least at the beginning stages, to know whatever I think it's going to be easy, it's not going to be easy. It's always presented as easy in the beginning, but it's not. Speaking is something you need to practice, and the reality is many people don't get to practice or use. That's true. But if you can read well, good for you, man. That must mean you know a ton of kanji. I challenge you, if you can read well, go get some Japanese books and read them. Any. What? Oh, non-universal. That's true. I thought you said they were universal for a second. I was like, well, they're not universal. I agree with you. Let me check on something here. Let's check on this. I think it's Wednesday. I ordered a copy of revision 5 of my novel. It's like a in-between revision between the final draft. Actually, I need to go to Amazon.com for this. My novel's coming out this year, guys. It's called Fate Squared. It's a sci-fi novel. It took me 4 years to write. Let's see my orders here. I'm not going to show it to you because I'll definitely you'll definitely know my address. I've done this too many times where I dox my own self here. Let's track this package here. I'll show you the cover of it though. Ooh, it shipped. It shipped. I have a tracking. Let's find out when it's coming for real. Hang on. Oh, I'm so excited. I got 5 copies coming. Significantly good changes in the book so far. I'm very happy with what I wrote. Come on. Okay, let's put it in here. It's coming the 10th. Tomorrow. Oh, today's the 9th. All right, yeah, it's coming Wednesday. Coming Wednesday, guys. All right, let me close that out. And I'll open up Photoshop. That was the word I was looking for. And I'll show you the cover. Don't worry about it, Kyle. By the time you're done reading it, I'll already have released it. But I appreciate your feedback so far. Thank you. Gamer Start says, I mostly learned Japanese online, got a manga in Japanese immediately, felt like I never made any progress. It really is different for everybody. So here's the cover of the book right here. Is there a way to go full screen? Fit on screen, Control 0. How do you go full screen? I don't think there's a full screen. This is different. Control 0 is where it is right now. This isn't like the final cover, but this is the partial cover. And it's I mean, this is what it's gonna be, but like we have to fix the wording on the back and maybe do a little bit more. Like right now I don't have a full like complement of things that people have said. I've got, it's a story, it just needs more commas. That's 100% what I got for the first draft. The first draft was this. Well, this is a combination of the first and I think third draft. The first one was like, the first draft was very like lax on details. So the guy was like, I mean, it's a story. And now it's definitely better. I read a lot of visual novels. Oh, okay. That's why your reading's good. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Yeah. You definitely want to speak, you know, because there's a different like muscle when you go from the brain to the mouth. It's completely different. I like that cover more than the other. Yeah, you want to see another cover? This was one of the covers initially, and the name of the book was different too. It's called Thursdays with Kim, but it didn't feel like a sci-fi novel. So this is the original. This is like, I think maybe draft 3 level right here. Dude, this side camera is extremely, because this is good. Cause look, I can't show you anything on the side on this camera. I love having the new side camera. Des says, I'm glad that I speak English more or less fluently because most videos, books, etc. are English. My native language is German. Yeah. I feel like I took so many German classes, but man, do I forget. I don't use German ever. Du hast ein... Du hast ein Audiophones por die... I don't remember. I'm sorry. That was bad. Z Caliber says, same. I doubt that I'll ever be anything more than a speaking beginner in Japanese. Oh, don't say that. You can get... If you start making friends in Japanese, your Japanese would improve incredibly fast, despite speaking being the most marketable aspect of Japanese. If you have Japanese friends, you 100% will get better in Japanese. There's just no way around it. Especially if you get a girlfriend and you're in love with her. What is this? What is this little guy? Oops, I almost put you in timeout. I haven't done that in a while. I don't know if I have anything else to talk about, guys. I guess I was just seeing if I did a secret live at night, how many people would show up? Maybe the name of the live is why people click it, because they think it's secret versus like office hours. Maybe I should start giving them like really cool names like super advanced bonus live stream. I'll just give them fun, clicky names like that. To be fair, it's hard to make friends when you speak like a toddler. Well, in the beginning, you need to make friends that also speak like a toddler in English, and then you kind of like toddler back and forth. It's kind of a mutually beneficial arrangement. That's what it was with my Korean. So my Korean history was I went to Korea. I had met the Gaoyong girl, who's my BFF. I met her before I went, and I met her. She literally came to the airport, but it was like mostly English. I tried to speak some phrases in Korean, but it just wasn't good yet. And then I started taking classes in Korea. My friend said, hey, do you want to take classes? I found a place that teaches with Japanese teachers. They have Japanese speaking teachers. And I'm like, that'll be fantastic. Like a teacher that speaks Japanese, I could ask questions in Japanese. That'd be just fun. And I already knew that Korean and Japanese were so close, so it would be easier to do it in Japanese. Well, they're so close in grammar, not in languages completely, mostly different, except for like some words have overlap. And so that was awesome. And then most of the friends that I made in Korea initially spoke English. And then as my Korean improved little by little, I made friends that knew less and less English until I started making friends that spoke no English. And that was awesome. That's the true fun right there for me. Because then you get a brain that's not polluted with Western thought. You get a real Korean brain, which is fun. Z Caliber says, just got to add in red circles and arrows in the thumbnail. Yeah, to really get that clickbait monkey brain afloat. Yeah, just like what I'll have is like I'll build a random program to throw random arrows and circles around any object in the thumbnail, and then my face will just be like, more like. You can make friends with toddlers. Oh. Toddlers are like the most advanced Japanese people, okay? And they don't understand that you don't understand. They're awesome. Death Recon. Any plans to expand something like Japanese classes, etc., into VR for your company? You know, there was plans. We actually started a VR company with 2 other investors. There was 5 of us total investing, and we made a presentation deck. I can't forget the name, something capital, like a huge capital investment company. We got rejected, and then the other 2 guys that were invested with us, one of them, who was the one that brought me in, immediately was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, pulled all of his money. And I was like, okay. We just wasted all that money on the contract, and it's done. It was a cool concept, but I think VR is kind of dead right now. I mean, I bet you can count on your hands out of the 18 people here. You can count on 2 fingers how many people might even have a VR. I'm a super techie guy and I don't have a VR headset. I did film stuff in Japan to be VR in the testing, but nothing moved forward, unfortunately. Yeah, I know it's not 100% like in RRL classes, but it's better than online class over a video call. Yeah, just a lot of people don't have a VR set, honestly. VR class doesn't seem logic. VR class doesn't seem logic, but does. Some deep things to think about. What you have said does not seem logic. VR hasn't gotten there yet or had widespread adoption. Yeah, that's the problem. There's no widespread adoption of it. And a lot of people get sick inside of it, you know, unfortunately. Let me see something. Let's see if I got that working again. Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Look. There's another Nedu. Another Nedu. There's 4 Nedu verbs. Okay. I don't have a verb inflection thing on here, though, so I'm not sure what these are. Oh, no, it's a Godan. Okay. So this is a Godan, which means it's Neri, 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 and this one's Ichidan. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, okay. I thought these were different Nerus. Here's a Godan, Godan. Yudan Neru. This is an Ichidan. Ah, now this might support what Kyle was saying. We might have a quasi rule that works, right? Where if the hiragana, let me think about this. If the hiragana is there, is it then always going to be if the e or the e? No. Wait, taberu follows that rule. Ah, no. Maneru, here it is. It's a kanji. And it's an ichidan. So, nope. Broke that rule. A lot of neru verbs, though. Ichidan. Yeah, it's random, man. Although this godan verb... No, but we already broke that rule. Yeah, that rule doesn't work. Yeah. Unfortunately, that rule does not work. Have I ever seen Vibe OS? It's a completely hallucinated desktop. No. That sounds funny, though. It sounds like a waste of energy. Z-Colors, I ain't holding my breath for that one, Kyle. AI will make most tech cheaper eventually. Maybe. I don't know. You have a lot of faith. You have a lot of faith in tech companies to be willing to lower their prices. Although, prices for printing, I think might have come down a little bit. I'm not sure. I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. If they upped it, maybe they would keep it up. Death Recon. It is very hard to make Japanese friends, even though I do have a few Japanese friends myself. I have to admit that I often feel excluded or overlooked because no one tried to talk to me, etc. Death Recon. I'm gonna say some hard facts. Let me go to the serious cam here. There's probably a group of people that it's more difficult to make friends anywhere because they don't look normal. They're not the standard style. They have a lisp. There's something. If you're not in that group, and even if you're in that group, it doesn't really matter. I've seen people with like when you first look at them, you're like, wow, oh yeah, but they've made friends, so it's just harder. So I will say that there's levels. There's definitely levels, and then there's people that sometimes are too beautiful, okay, and they have people that are now afraid to talk to them. There's different levels, right? You have your middle range level that can talk to anybody. You have your too hot people that want to approach them, and then just like the okay, and it's a problem, right? But it doesn't exclude anybody. The one thing you have to do, regardless of that, but just I think I was saying that because I don't want to offend anybody, but let me give you this example. If you are not like an English speaker and you have a very heavy accented English like speaking, that's going to make it difficult for you as well, because Japanese people have this certain English that they want. There's a benefit in having an English speaking friend, right? Okay. But no matter what is your limitation or your bonus, right? You have to be interesting for people to want to talk to you, and you have to put some effort into it, okay? So I made a video a long time ago, and it was tongue in cheek. There was a guy that kept asking for one of my Korean friends who was doing videos with me, Jiun. Jiun was making videos with me, and she was cute, and he wanted her number, and he kept asking for it. But I knew the guy was, and I hate to say this, but an absolute loser. Like, he had no money, he wasn't doing anything in his life, and all he wanted to do was meet this girl. I'm like, this girl is doing something with her life. She's extremely intelligent. She's not going to be with a guy like you. So I made a video knowing he would watch, and I called it How to Get a Beautiful Japanese, Korean, or Chinese Woman. I think I put it up on the Polyglot George channel, and it might still be there. I don't remember. I might have taken it down, but. And I opened the video saying, okay, now that you're here, you need to be interesting. Learn their language, understand their culture, be able to talk to them about their day. That's what you need to make friends. If it's just all about you, right, or you're not interesting, or you're just only asking questions, or your Japanese isn't interesting, it's going to be harder to make friends. So there's a thing that I used to do on Hello Talk, and I suggested people do it too. It's open up with a very non-standard question. So instead of saying, Hajimemashite, George tomoshimasu, you can say all of that. But before you ask them something like, Nansai desu ka? How old are you? Or like, Suki na iro wa nan desu ka? Maybe ask them, Anata no jakuten wa nan desu ka? What's your weak point? That's a really good thing to, like, now it makes you think, oh, what's your weak point? Oh, now we're having a conversation that's interesting, because you have to be stimulating to the person. I mean, imagine if everyone you talk to wanted to learn English on these apps that promote making friends was like, oh, what's your name? How old are you? What's your favorite color? I mean, oh my God, it's boring. It's like talking to a 5-year-old. But what if they said, what is your weak point? Your weakness? Oh. Now we're talking, stuff like that. I would purposely, I'm a jerk a little bit, but in Korea, I would go to these language meetups and I would say things just to create a fight if I could. Like, not a fight, but more like harsh debate, Like I would talk about religion. I'd say, I don't believe in God. Just right out the gate, because I know 33% of Koreans are religious and they believe in God. And it's the greatest conversations. And one time I stepped a little bit over the bounds. I said something creepy, but it turned out to be okay. This girl came in and she had a fever, So she was like hot. So she goes, she said, oh, I'm so hot. I have a fever. Is in English. And I go, oh, I bet it would feel really good if I laid on you right now. I said that to her. And it was just like shocking to her. And she's like, what? I said, oh, it would probably feel good if I laid on you right now, because like it's cold outside and you're really warm. She got up, she stood up, didn't say another word, and left the table. The very next week, I was early. She sits right in front of me again and goes, hey George, how you doing? And we became friends. So I don't know what she thought after that, or she forgot, I don't know. But it didn't turn into an argument, but it's just a funny story for me. Because it's just a creepy thing to say that I thought I was being funny. She got up and walked away. So yeah, be funny, be interesting, You ask these questions and they hit you with a paragraph that you don't understand 90% of. Kyle, do you want to be more positive? Have you actually done it? Have you tried it? Because let me explain something. If you don't understand something that they say back, and you say that phrase back, what nan desu ka, and then you're having a conversation back and forth, that's the conversation. Now they're talking about themselves still, even though they're teaching you Japanese. So for example, if they say jakuten, they say, watashi no jakuten wa senbei desu. Senbei ga daisuki desu. My weakness is senbei. I can't stop eating senbei. You're like, well, senbei wa nan desu ka? And they go, oh, rice cracker. Now you're like, senbei ne? And then you can say, watashi wa senbei tabeta koto nai desu. I've never eaten senbei. Now it's a conversation, right? If they say a lot of things back, you can say, sumimasen, wakarimasen. You make it the conversation. And each time you have those conversations, you'll be learning new things. What's the difference between 지금 and 이제? Okay, this is a good question about Korean. So 지금, read. You know, Reed Lars, that the co-author of the Korean from Zero book is named Reed. 지금 means now. 이제 is, I think, more. I don't actually know this answer completely, but I think it's more immediate feeling. 이제, like right now. But there's a dictionary we can look up. Oh man, just about I don't have my Korean dictionary up yet. I'm working on it though. Let's see. We're gonna go to. It's called NDic, EN dictionary, right? en.naver.com. Okay. Now we could ask AI too, but where's the fun in that? Let's not ask AI. Let's go look at a dictionary and do some brain logic ourselves. Okay. And I'll show you another way that you can look up things that's helpful. All right. So now I'm gonna look up. We get into Korean mode here. Okay. Oops, wrong button. 이제. Now. Is that all we give? We just give us now? 이제부터. 이제 그만. 이제 됐어. 이젠 됐어. Now we'll look up 지금. Oh, I spelled it wrong, sorry. 다다이마. Just now. Now the present. Okay, maybe 이제 is the now and the just now is 지금. I would say there's probably a lot of overlap. Weirdly, I never say 이제. I always I learned 지금 and that's all I use. So now I'm gonna hopefully, let me see. I want to show you the other way that I look up things. This is where you're doing research for yourself. You go to Twitter or X, whatever it's called. Okay. And you're gonna look up 지금. Oops. 지금. Oops. Oh my god. 지금. Okay. And you're gonna look what everyone said. What? Why aren't these? Are these all translated automatically or something? Oh my god. Oh, I want that turned off. Could I turn that off by default? I don't want my stuff translated. I'm trying to find stuff. Like when I search in Korean, why would you show me the English? All right, let me figure this out. Does anyone know where this is? Oh, hang on. Let me not show you stuff that I shouldn't show you. I don't know what's in here. Anyone know you could turn that off? Turn off. Turn off. Premium, creation, security, account access, privacy and safety, notifications. Display and languages. Okay. Languages. Manage which languages. Okay, there's nothing in here that I think I need to hide. Apps and post languages. Oh, interesting. Well, first of all, we should add these anyway. Where's Japanese? Did I skip it? There it is, Japanese. We'll do that. Your default language in the app. You will see content we think you like in other languages. Okay. See if we can. Accessibility. Okay, nothing there. Display. Nope. I don't think I can change this, guys. Dang. Don't know. Not a fan of that. Let's see if we can do quotes around it. Maybe that'll force it. Dang it. That makes it really weird. Well, anyway, what you do is then you look for those things, right? And you see where they're saying it. Oh my God, this is horrible. They've broken Twitter. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was it. So, okay, you click right here in this little thing here. So now if I search for 지금, maybe it'll show it up more. 지금. It's off. Only for newly loaded content. Let me hit refresh here. There we go. Okay, so is 지금 in here? Four times. Here we go. 지금 어떠한 이유로 right now, which reason? Now I'll show you a thing you can do. You can add this Google Translate option here, and then if you click it, so this is like 어떠한. That might be a different thing that I'm thinking. I'm not sure, but I think it's with what reason is my guess. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. It's a little bit delayed. Oh no, I killed it. Google Translate. With what issue now? Issue is another way to say you. You means reason. Oh, it's issue. I'm reading it wrong. I'm sorry. It's issue. I was looking at EU in my brain. Sorry. My bad. Let's go back. Sorry about that, guys. Getting too tired, maybe. I'm not really tired, but my eyes are going to water up. Is this ever going to go back? Okay, no, where did that go? Where did X go? It's over here. Look up more 지금's here. Does it show? Oh, it's because I'm on this one screen. 소문이 나자 지금 스타성이라고 해도 될까? 소문. I don't know what 소문 is. 소문. 나jo. No idea. 스타성 is like, maybe that's your celebrity. 스타성? That's my guess. 스타성이라고. Are we saying that this is now? All right, let's see. Can I call it star power? Hey, I was right. 스타성. Dude, I never saw that word before in my life. Can I call it star power now? Let's go back. I'm just thinking about how they're using it, okay? 지금 잠실에 나타난 태진현 빌런이 난리입니다. Oh my gosh, we're trying to figure this out. 잠실에 is, I think 잠실 is a place. It is. It's a place on the train that I stop at. So right now in 잠실, 나타난 태진현. 나타난 means appeared. 태진현. That might mean a big delay. It's my guess. 필연 난리입니다. 필연, I don't know. All right, that's my guess. You heard some of the words. We'll see. The Taejeon villain who appeared in Jamshil right now is causing chaos. Well, we got a lot of the words, but not all of them. So Taejin is villain in Korean, it looks like. We can isolate that one word. Oh, my bad. Stupid. Taejin. That's, wait a minute. I messed up. Did I mess up? Okay, Jamshil's a place. Taejin? Let's go back to Endic. Taejin is also, I thought, a place, but I thought it was Sometimes you have to do this, and then you have to do just the yo part, get rid of the un. Taejin yo. Yeah, Taejin's a place. I don't know what the yon's doing. Let's look up just see if yon's a thing. It's the yon in like rengai, love. Oh, year. Could be year. Taejin-yeon. Let's look up that word for villain. Villain. Am I spelling that right? Am I in the wrong dictionary? Where was that? Oh, villain. I'm so dumb. Villain. Korean English. This is villain. So stupid. Villain. Taejin-yeon. So I bet it's Taejin Yoda. I'm guessing it's an adjective. Let's switch to Korean here. This is my guess. It's gonna be Taejin Yoda. That's my guess right now. No, I did not mean Taejin Yoda. Dang it. This is a reverse engineer I'm trying to figure out. So it definitely is. Let's get rid of Tae means big. It's like saying dai. It might mean big Jinyon. There's a big Jinyon there. Royal banquet, guys. Tae Jinyon. I don't know what that means. Let's go to, oops, that's gotta be Korean. Let's go to that full sentence again. Right now in Jamashil, the villain that has appeared, but not the villain, the blah 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 villain that has appeared, whatever that Taejin-yeon means. Commotion. Taejin-yeon, I bet it's huge commotion Jamashil caused by the Taejin-yeon troublemaker. Oh, maybe they've given it a name. Taejin-yeon troublemaker. But they didn't use the word villain. They didn't say villain here. That's kind of interesting. So let's go and see what this comes up on Google in pictures. So maybe that's why it's hard to find. Okay, there's some sort of protest happening. Uh-oh, anti-American. Oh, shoot. Hang on. This is anti-American right here. They got the... 우리 국민, us citizens, 불법 against the law, 체포, arrest. 체포 is gun, I think. 그금한 미국, 트럼프, 규탄한다. Okay, so us citizens, let's type this out. I'm sorry, I'm doing Korean study right now. It's late at night, guys. 우리 국민. Not 국만, sorry. 국민. 불법 체포. 체포 might mean arrest. It might be. I'm not sure. Illegal arrestings. Where's 불? Oh God, hang on, let me think about this. Where is ul? Oh God, I can't find it. There it is. F. My Korean's slacking. It was right under my finger. Murbop 체 포. Oops. 포. 그금한 means curious. 그금한 미국. 미국 is America. 미국. 트럼프. Where's two? It's right here. Trump. Oh my God. Where's poo? It's right below me. Okay, Trump. Kyutan handa. Man, that's the only word I don't know. Kyutan handa. It probably means we're against it with the way they're writing it. Oh, hang on. Now it says down below, 미국 상품 불매 선포. 불매 means probably not buying. So this is a American products like boycott. I'm guessing 불매 선포. 선포 must mean see, that's what I'm talking about. Situationally, you can figure out things. What was it? What did I say it was? 선포? It's probably a boycott. Oops. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why didn't it search? I gotta type it again now. Sompo. Proclamation. Proclamation to we declare, and then 불매 is definitely, that's probably the boycott actually. 불매, boycott. 불매 성포. So announcement of not buying American products. So let's go ahead and gyutan. I'm not sure what gyutan means. Wait, that might be gyuran. No, it's I think it's gyutan. We condemn the Trump administration of the United States for the unlawful arrest. I knew Chepo could have been arrested, and that's what it was. Not gun. I don't know how to say gun, but I think it's close to that. Let's look up gun. Tepo. And detention of our citizens. Wow. So condemn is gyutan handa. So if we look up gyutan, it's going to be condemn. So this is how you learn words. When you do a little bit of research on anything you see, gyutan, condemn. Okay. Does that answer your question? Sorry, I got too excited right now for doing Korean stuff. It's the Kyle and Z Caliber discussion here. The Chinese women seem to be very pro-American and easier to pick up. This is true. I've heard this, that Chinese women love Americans. That's what I've heard. Not that I've dated Chinese women, but they were very nice to me in Taiwan, even though they knew I was married. Yeah, I've done it and gotten mixed results. My pessimistic seeming comments are things I find funny. George, have you seen the WW2 era language lesson they gave the Marines? All great phrases to pick up Japanese rules. I have not seen that. That's funny. Kyle having a conversation. Death Recon says, I'm from the EU where most people have a stronger accent when speaking English, so I'm pretty open-minded about that. I ask interesting questions, but I often get a curt answer or get ignored. Yeah, that's the sign that they're not interested in you. Yeah. And I don't know how to solve it, you know? There's another thing. If you're asking too many questions, if you're like, oh, what's your thing? What's your thing? What's your thing? That's off-putting. When people do that to me, or they're overly nice. Ask Violet. Violet was very complimentary to me, and I can't handle that. I think a lot of people get very uncomfortable when you're overly nice, too interested in them. They are definitely interesting to you because you're speaking Japanese and you're learning Japanese, and they are the target of your study. So obviously they're interesting to you. But this is why negging works, guys. This is why negging works. You know, we say, no, whatever. I mean, you're not even my type, whatever. Something about that. I'm not saying to be negging. I'm just saying be aware that if you're too aggressive, it's off-putting. Anyone that's too friendly, I think they're out to steal my money. There's something up their sleeve that they want. So keep that in mind. That's my thoughts on that. So you might be going that Death Recon, I know nothing about you, so I have no idea what you're doing or what you might be doing or might not be doing. So I can't really address that. But I'm just taking a guess that if you are interesting, or at least you think you're interesting, you could be narcissistic. You might not be as interesting as you think, or you might be pushing too hard. Let them lead every now and then. You should read books on how to get people to like you. One of them is, I read this in some book was talking about it, but if you ask people a question that you might already know the answer, but you're asking just to get help, honest help. When people help you, there's some sort of connection that happens in that moment. Oh, can I ask you a question? Sorry. So I've never been to Japan before, but are there companies where you have to take, like, if you go to work, do you have to take your shoes off at work? Because I know you have to take them off in your house. Oh, no, we don't. Now it's a conversation. And they could answer the question, right? So you want to, sometimes you have to manufacture a conversation. I'll tell you something I did in Korea once. In the language meetups. Language meetups, by the way, are a great way to meet people because everyone that goes there wants to learn things. They're there to learn. They're there to make friends. You don't got to put up anything else. You just got to be yourself there, and they'll talk to you. But one time, I had this negative friend, very, very negative, always negative with people, and he was bitter, just jaded. And we were at this meetup, and there was this girl, this really cute little girl, okay? And I always would invite everyone to go, hey, let's go all eat dinner, and everyone would follow me, like I was like the Pied Piper, and we'd go eat dinner, because there's a weird dynamic in Korea, by the way. If you're older, they definitely have more respect for you. So if you say, hey, let's go eat, they kind of just got to go. They got to follow the old guy that said, let's go eat. There's also maybe an expectation that I'm going to pay. But, I paid a few times. No one says thank you. So I stopped paying. Anyway, so we all go. And there's this little girl there. And I start talking to her. And my friend Chris, he's like, talking to some other girl over here, and he's all about dating. That's all he cares about, is getting the girl. That's his sole focus. And my sole focus is talking to girls, just enjoying their company and learning the language, and not learning the language. I'm not there to learn the language. I'm there to use the language. So I was like, oh, what's your job? She's like, oh, I work for Deutsch and what was it? And Teudel or whatever. I can't remember the name. It's some big firm. I said, oh. And I knew it was like something to do with accounting. I said, are you an accountant? She goes, yeah. Deutsch and Little, Deutsch and I don't remember. Someone will tell me. I was like, that's awesome. That's so cool. And then I swear to God, within like the next 3 minutes, Chris now, I guess he's done talking to that girl. And I'm now kind of also talking to another person over here. And then I hear him start talking to that girl. And he's like, what do you do? What do you do? He's like, oh, I'm an accountant at Deutsch and whatever. And he goes, oh, that's probably pretty boring. Oh, that sounds really boring. I was shocked. That's like, if you're trying to meet people, that's like the worst thing you could do. And I don't know if he was trying to neg or whatever, but it was bad. And so when we were walking home, I said to Chris, I said, look, bro, never do that again. It's the worst thing you can do. And I said, the next meetup that we go to, let's try to literally go out of our way to say nice things about people. Okay. And so at the next meetup, and I was so shocked the results of this. Okay. I was like a Mormon, okay, trying to recruit you into my religion. Okay. I was like, not do you believe in God, but oh my God, you're such a great person. So I walk in and there's a lady giving me the tickets, and I'm just like, oh, I love your shirt. That is really cool. And she goes, oh, I got this in Ireland. That's one of my favorites. I'm like, okay, cool. Then like another person like, oh my God, your hair is so right. I just got it cut today. And it doesn't matter what you compliment a person on. I complimented everybody, and Chris was doing it too. And I thought it was going to be so transparent that that's what we were doing. But it wasn't. Everyone was so excited to tell you about the thing that you just complimented. They're so excited. And I still don't know exactly how to parse that, because I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to tell somebody that I'm not thinking that I think that. But the results were so good, And then, but you can't just do that, or it looks like you're fishing for something. So I didn't just do that, And oh, can I ask you a question? I do a lot of that. Can I ask you a question? Oh, people love that. They want to help. And then you write a little note. Oh, is this how you spell it? Oh, arigato. Kamsahamnida. You know? Act interested in them, but also show that you're not, like, you have some substance as a human being and you're not just into them. These are all the things you gotta think about. Now, please don't take that as accusatory. I don't know who you are. I'm just giving you, as an extrovert who has been very successful at making friends in Korea and in Japan, I would say that's an important thing to do. All right? Do you know anybody good Hello Talk alternatives? Or is Hello Talk still the best option? I don't know any right now. I'm not even in that stage anymore. I have too many friends in Korea, so I don't look for any new friends. And I have too many friends in Japan, so I'm looking for friends there. So, and I haven't been to any really new countries. The last time I was going to go somewhere was going to be China, but I already had friends in China from Hello Talk. So I would say Hello Talk's probably still the best alternative, the thing that I know, although it's not the Hello Talk that I met all those people on, because now it's very, very commercialized. And a lot of people are like YouTubers trying to stake their claim. So it's not as fun anymore for me. Ball says, what up, dog? Duplon, that's a name, says, surprised to see a stream that's going this late. Well, it's a secret midnight stream, guys. Goro LOL removes a lot of messes. Is Mike still in Japan? Yes. Mike actually just moved permanently to Japan. We were able to make it so he could actually work in Japan instead of having to go there for 3 months and keep leaving. So it's pretty cool way that you can do it now. Death Recon says, I can understand them because it must be scary and stressful to talk to someone who doesn't speak your language. Also, if you're super tall people have problems talking to people too. If you have any threatening thing about you, that like you're towering over them or you're super muscular, I think that bothers people a little bit. So you've got to go in knowing that there's certain things you might have to overcome. And I was telling you the thing about the people being too pretty, you know. But I have a friend named Justin. There's a Justin that I know that works with me at the company, but there's another Justin I know. He's up in Reno now. Justin has the most amazing blue eyes, and he's tall. And he swore up and down Japan was racist. He speaks Japanese. His wife is Japanese. What are you talking about? It's not racist. And this is when I realized people's experiences in Japan is different based on how they look. And that's kind of what I was trying to say without being rude, okay? There's a spectrum of people, and Japan wants you to be in a certain spectrum. I'm not too tall. I'm not too short. I'm not too ugly, and I'm not too handsome. I'm right in the middle. I fit the perfect demographic. I'm not too loud. Oh, I'm loud, actually. I'm too loud. But I'm not too anything. I'm right in the middle, okay? Justin is freakishly handsome. Like, to a Japanese person, he's like a clown. It's like, wow. And so he thinks Japan's racist because people won't sit next to him on the train because they're intimidated. They might avert their eyes. I remember when I was younger and I was younger and cuter, I was with my wife to be, okay, in Japan. I don't think we'd gotten married yet. And I met my wife's friends. And there was this girl, Mommy, who, by the way, was super cute. But she didn't understand that I spoke Japanese. Like, it didn't cross her brain yet that I spoke Japanese. And she said to my wife in front of me, "Oh, he's so cute, I can't talk to him. I can't even look at him." I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that is a thing. That if you are too attractive, it could also be a hindrance. Okay? I grew out of that, so it works out. I grew out of being too handsome. I still haven't met Mommy since then. I heard she's still beautiful though. Hope I didn't. Did I end what I was talking about properly? Oh, so Justin. So Justin, right? The other thing I noticed is that this guy Justin, my friend, he interprets things that aren't racist as racist. You know, the not sitting next to him on the train and stuff like that. But also, he's hearing things that I never hear. And this might be the key to my happiness in life is I'm oblivious to a lot of things. I don't see a lot of things. I've had racism in Japan, but it's rare, you know. But we were walking, me and him, and this old man walked by us and he mumbled something. I don't know what he said. And Justin goes, "Did you hear that, man? Did you hear what he said?" I'm like, "No." He said, "America ni kaere. Go back to America." I'm like, "No, we didn't." I still to this day don't think I think he heard that. That's what I think. I mean, I have had my moments where, like, I was in a store in Saitama and my friend Chris was in the back getting drinks. He goes, "Hey, you want something?" And I go, "No, I'm good." And the guy behind me in the line, because I was already buying things, he was like, "Nihon ni iru nara nihongo de hanase." Like, if you're in Japan, speak Japanese. Nihongo hanase. And I was like, "What did you just say?" You know what I mean? I didn't say it to him. But then when I got to the register where it was my turn, I said like something like, どうしてさ、すみません、質問していいですか？どうしてハゲた人が失礼なんですか? I said it in Japanese. I was like, "How come bald people are so rude?" And then I turned around and looked at him. I was young. I was like maybe 22, 21. And he was like red, just like red. And he shut up. Didn't say anything else after that. Just went, "That's it." You know, so I've had it. It happens. There are people like that. I mean, look, there are Republicans in every country, guys. I need a sound. I need a better sound. I need a better sound than that. I don't know if I have a better sound than that. Yeah, but there are people that are unaccepting of foreigners in every country. There's a mini movement happening in Japan right now that's anti-foreigner. Their own little JAGA, you know, make Japan. Oh wait, MAGA, make Japan great again. Wait, that wouldn't work. That would be Michael Jackson GA. I don't know. It's because their new prime minister Takaichi is very right. Let's just say she's on the right. Have I ever been to Taiwan? Yes, I have. I was just talking about Taiwan. One of my top 10 memories in my life is in Taiwan. Unfortunately, I've never released the video on it, but it would be like insanely good video for adventures in Asia, because it was a legit adventure that I never thought I was going to get. One talking tip, Dupla says, that I find hilarious and useful is to think about is solid snake method. Ooh, okay, this is new. Essentially, that repeating the terms relating to the subject like a question and let them explain. Can I show you something from 26 years ago? Hang on. It's called Techniques to Sounding. What is it called? It's Tricks to Sound Good in Japanese. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Is it on YouTube? Let me double check if it's on my YouTube. It's such an old video. And I took down all of the George and Keiko shows, but let's see if we can find it. It's called Tricks to, there's two videos. There's one called Tricks to Sound Good in Japanese. So let's see, we'll just look up tricks. Here it is. Okay, here it is. Hang on. Okay, let's switch over to here. All right, here. This was 21 years ago, a year ago. This was back when you could have long introductions for things. Welcome to the George and Keiko Show. Woo! Yay! I'm Jeff, and this is Maria. Maria, how have you been this weekend?
Nothing.
Nothing? You've been nothing this weekend. That's how I've been my entire life.
Nothing じゃダメなのか。
そうですね。週末は何をしたかみたいな感じなんだけども、実はどうでしたかって。
よかったとか、it was
そうか
okay とかね。
あ、そうか。
そうそう、nothing って言ったら何もない。
何もなかった。
うん
の町。はい。
Today's show, there are techniques to make your Japanese sound better than you actually are. It's also one way to prevent you from sounding like a total 外人。今日の話題は、外人が日本語を喋る時の裏技、この裏技を使って、かっこよく聞こえてくる。
日本語知ってるっぽく聞こえてくる。
そうですね、日本語が自分のレベル以上に感じる。そうそうそう。
日本人
I
の
want to say something. You know what's funny here? My Japanese is so much better now than then. I can hear my accent sucking here. I can hear it. Although, I mean, I'm obviously good in Japanese even at this point. I think I'm 30. I think it was, is this 2002? Yeah, I'm like 30 here, I think. Less than 30. 28 maybe?
すごい。
上手とか言って。
ていう感じの
あ、そうやらなくても頭の中で、あ、この人は結構うまいねって思わせる。
いいね、
はい
かっこいい。
はい。First one. Whispered sounds.
へー。
耳打ちした音っていうかちっちゃく言った音。Although Japanese is あいうえおかきくけこ。Some words, if you don't pronounce the first portion, 最初の部分をあんましはっきり言わないと、it sounds really good. すごくよく聞こえるやつなんです。
I want to say something. I made a video I called it Mr. Pitch Accent. Like, you can go watch it. And in this video, what I'm talking about right now is essentially pitch accent. It's me realizing that there's certain sounds that get small. That's like it's not a tamadaka, nakadaka, but it's like nakadaka. It's like nakadaka. So pitch accent has all these like styles, like 4 different ways that a word can be intoned. And I'm essentially talking about that here.
そうなんだ。
For example, 例えば、お母さん。これはお母さんじゃないですね。It's お母さん。The O is
So this is me not understanding what that is, and I only realized it like I think last year. I was like, oh my god, wait a minute, I'm the first guy to talk about pitch accent.
very quiet. I realized the whispered sounds while cutting sounds for YesJapan.com. I noticed that some sounds, when we take a sound, we cut it, and then you enlarge the size of the sound, you do the volume increase, and I noticed that some sounds were just very minuscule, very minuscule. ね、音を切るときにたまにはその例えば、お母さんだったらお母さんになってるんですよね。
ああ、そうだね。山がちゃんとこう。
So if you want to say,
And now I'm wondering if you actually look at pitch accent in a waveform, would it actually like nani? Would it actually show that uptone?
お母さん、お父さん、恵子さん言ってください。
お母さん、お父さん、お兄さん、お姉さん、妹、弟。
O はほとんど消えてる場合がありますね。特にお母さん。はい。
そうなんだね。じゃあちょっと小さめに言ったら聞こえるってこと？
そうなの。
へー。
So there are other words where this happens. Keiko comes from Yamaguchi, Ken. So I've noticed that she doesn't do this. No.
もういいじ
違う。
ゃんか。
だけど、ケイコちゃんがやらないから気をつけなきゃいけない。This is another important thing. When you're learning Japanese, you have to remember that. There's so many dialects throughout.
Kyle, you're so intelligent. You know everything. You know everything. Cool. I love your confidence. Have you tested it? Have you looked to see if the tone doesn't somehow show differently? I don't know, man. I just feel like you're like AI answering, you're assuming you're right, and then I could then go, actually a study in 1954 showed that you can look at the wave file and you go, oh yeah, my bad, you're right, you caught me on that. Sorry about that, I should have investigated.
The prefectures that.
はい、山口弁でいいです、私は。はい。
Okay, so
And we're gonna get to the part that I'm talking about. I forgot what it was, but it was repeating the keyword. That's coming up.
one that is a common thing. It's ちょっと来て. Come here for just a little bit. 来て. The key is whispered. Tokyo dialect, most of the dialects. ちょっと来て. 来て. Not ちょっと来て.
私そうじゃないよ。
ちょっと聞いて. Well, let me hear you then. Come on.
ちょっと来て。
You could hear she was chota kite, but in Tokyo, chota kite, it's not kite. It's not super pronounced. I don't think that's pitch accent, but that is a whispered sound thing where the sound is kind of like blended, like des instead of desu.
Pretty good. I'm gonna give you a 9.
ないね。
9点.
IIRC. I don't know what IIRC means. RC means. I totally forgot. Pitch accent in audio waveforms goes up like a really bumpy hill. Basically, the pitch slopes upward overall, but it dips and rises a bit more overall in specific spots than normal. Do you see, Kyle? Do you see, Kyle, that you can't act like you know everything and you can't jump? You don't need to show everybody how smart you are. Everything you respond to as if you know. I noticed that about you in commenting. In real person, you don't do that, by the way. In real person, you're pretty chill. But in texting, oh my God. You constantly have the answer for things. Sometimes it's okay to say, oh, interesting, I wonder if that's true, and actually go investigate it. Okay? Just saying. Oh, if I recall correctly. Okay. Well, dang it. Now it makes my answer a little bit weak. I was hoping IIRC means, well, I'm an expert and therefore, but it's not. It means if I recall correctly.
You can go a little bit more on that.
ちょっと来て。
Let's go. Just jump ahead to the next one.
But most people or come て
聞いて。うん。
ちょっと切って。
そうそうそうそうそう。
So there's 切って cut it, 聞いて listen, 来て come. It's 聞いて for come, 聞いて for to listen, and きlittle つて for cut. And then what's a stamp?
スタン
For you being
切って。
so 切って。
難しい。来て切って聞いて。あれもう一個人。
聞いてないよ。
ちょっと待って。来て切って切って聞いて。
はい、次。
はい、難しいね。
はい、難しい。So that's the one thing, the whispered sounds. はい、次。Bobbing your head. When you're listening to Japanese people, if you're not bobbing your head.
Okay, Kyle. You say, I'm open to being wrong. You're the one treating my words like authority. Then stop saying them authoritatively. You sound like, no, this is the way it is, bro. You have to throw in phrases like, in my understanding. But what you wrote was like, nah, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that in Waves. Waves shows this, not that. It's very authoritative the way that you're saying it, and that rubs me the wrong way. I'm telling you, you're gonna do better in life if you say, it's my understanding that, and I'm not exactly sure, but this is how I believe it is. That's way better than going, oh, it's this way. Don't be a know-it-all. Because you might be right. Like, everything you say might be right. But it comes off dickishly, just for the record.
Are you really hearing anything? 頭をこうやって上がったり下げたりこう。Oh, and maybe say,
He's not a troll. Kyle's not a troll. He really is this way. I've met Kyle in real life, and Kyle's a cool guy. I like Kyle. For the most part. He's just AI says I'm right. Well, AI says I'm right about a lot of things too, bro.
すっごい私やってるやつね。
Okay, I can't. This is something I did tour guide work for many years. Japanese people.
Like I'm pretty sure you're right too. I didn't say you were wrong. Okay, I didn't say you were wrong. I said don't say it. You literally had to check because you didn't know, and AI verified it. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's right because AI is not pulling from wrong information. Okay, but the way you said it was, I didn't say it authoritatively, but you did. You did say it authoritatively. Even I, with all my experience in Japanese, don't say things authoritatively that I'm not completely sure on. I'll say, oh, you know what? I think it's this. Let me check. And a good teacher says that. I'm not trying to say I'm a good teacher, but I've had a lot of teachers, and the best ones are the ones that say, I don't know. It's okay to say you don't know rather than lie to the student. And because I had a teacher in Korea that literally could not say she didn't know. And I ended up walking out of her class. It's a huge thing that happened to me in Korea with my level 6 teacher. I had for 8 years I've been going to this school, and this one teacher just could not admit she was wrong in the face of me showing her exactly where she was wrong. And it wasn't about grammar. I'm not going to win on a grammar thing, although I did win on one thing with her. It was about a teacher that worked in the building. There was a teacher that worked at the old building. I'd been going to that school so long that I was at the old building. I said, oh yeah, I was with Mr. Lee at the other building. And she goes, we don't have a Mr. Lee at that building. I said, yes, you do. We did, and for like a month, I kept thinking, are you sure? You're because there was a Mr. Lee there. His name was Mr. Lee, right? And she says, no, we never had anyone there. She kept saying that, And then I found Facebook posts with Mr. Lee. I made sure he was the guy because I had him on pictures, but then I finally found one in the old building. And the old building had this red paint at the bottom of the floor. It was like the first foot of the floor was painted in red, like a maroon. And I showed it to her and I go, I told you he was there. She goes, and she goes, arasso. Oh, wait, that was Japanese. What did she say in Korean? Kureo? That's it. Couldn't admit that she was wrong. So a teacher that can't admit they were wrong, no respect for me. A teacher that can't say, I don't know. And also, a teacher does have to try to answer a question. I get that. But like, if you don't know, give your best answer. And when it's wrong, be okay with that. Because you can't know everything, even if you're the expert. Okay? But Kyle, a lot of your words are very authoritative. Like, go back and read the chat. Just take everything out and say, did I say that authoritatively? Did I say this is the way it is, this is the way it is? Oh, and Kansai people do this and blah, blah, blah. I'm literally skipping your stuff because I'm like, I don't want to read that. Guys, shut up. Look at George's frog shirt. That shirt is the greatest shirt I've ever seen. Ducking want that shirt right now. All right, that's a good topic shift. I thank you. I'm trying to get to this point, guys.
Even when they don't understand, わからない時でも日本人は頭をはい全然分かってない。
聞いてないからね。
聞いてない。They're not even listening to you. Sometimes you're talking to them and you're going, okay, you're speaking in Japanese. Like, チェックアウトの時は鍵とかを持っていいんです。そのままチェックアウトしないで、鍵を持ってきて自動チェックアウトになってますから。And they're like,
外人っぽいなでもそれ。
And then I go, 本当に分かりますか? Do you really understand? And they're like, え? They have
聞いてるんだ。
本当は聞いてないですね。あ、はい。
はい。
But once you get better at Japanese, you'll realize that they're not listening to you. You'll get the feel. You'll know when they're just kind of brushing it off. But take this technique and use it. It kind of ties in with my next one, next two as a matter of fact. But when someone is talking to you, even when you don't understand, don't go like this. Don't go, eh? Don't do that. Go, like Keiko. なんか話してください。
なんか話するんだ。
this is an example of how it's going to be done. I said just talk about something. 例えば日本の経済のこと。
経済のこと。
何でもいいですよ。
何でもいいですか。
スポーツのことでもなんかちょっと難しい。
難しい。
はい。
私は小泉マガジン、違う、小泉メールマガジンが好きでよく読んでるんですけど。
はいはい。
こないだ。ダメだ話題が。
Actually, you know what this needs to be? This is a cultural thing in Japanese. You have to constantly acknowledge that you've heard what they said. Hi, hi. And if you talk to Japanese people, you will see them doing that. Watch them speak to each other. They're like, hi, hi, そうですね。なるほど。All the time. Constant. Without that, you're like, are you even paying attention to what I'm saying? That's what I probably should have taught here.
Normally you don't plan those out. So this goes to my next one right here. そうですね. You bob your head a lot and you throw in a そうですね every now and then. Now the point to throw in the そうですね is when they go ですよね or they come up with like, it's like one of those rhetorical questions. They go 今日暑いねそうですね. If they have a ね on the end, you know your response can be そうですね without any problem. You don't have to know what they're saying. They could be like, just say そうですね, okay? I mean, glad black say back in the ですね.
そうですね。
That's what it's like though. Especially when you have really old people coming in. I remember on the tours, and if you ever talk to any old people, 年寄りはね、わからないんですよ。言葉が。なんか昔な。
Oh, she just did it and I missed it. She did it.
おい喋り方ってな、そうってな、こんなねなまってな。
they're like, いや昔な子供の頃なこんなねこういうことなことand I'm likeそうですか or そうですかis a good one too そうですか because it's rhetorical. They're not gonna go yes or no on that one. This ties into my next one.
Okay, I'm going to pause here because this is where I want to talk about what I want to address. Thank you for the super chat. ジョージさんのおかげで多くを学ぶことができました。本当に感謝しています。Bye bye. Are you just going to leave? Thank you for the super chat. I wish I could see your full name. I don't know how to do it. I can go to your channel. It's not showing. But thank you. I appreciate that. That is €10. That is an insane. It's actually a pretty insane amount. I'm not going to lie. That's, I'm going to upvote that. Oh, do you know you could comment on these things? Oh, surrounded soul. Yeah. Did you know you can upvote these now? And you can comment? I saw this on, what's his name's channel? Kore. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Keiko got sent to the moon. She is trying to escape to this day. Okay, well let's finish that particular. This is the answer. This is the question. Oh my God, where did it go? Oh my God, where did it go? Secret tips. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go back.
Repeat keywords.
This is a technique. This is the number one technique you can do.
This is これはねキーワードを繰り返す。
繰り返すってことね。
例えば let me just I can't just do an example and I have to show with Keiko. So Keiko 難しい言葉が入りそうな話題で、ちょっと話してください。
国民総生産が
総生産ですね。はい。
多分アップするんじゃないかと。
はい。
私の中では予想してるんですが。
はい。予想してるんですか？
そうです。どう思いますかね？
いいと思うよ。I did not say anything there. Of course, I understood what she said. She was talking about hot dogs at the baseball park.
違う。
So I don't have to know what she says. I can fake understanding by taking the keywords. She says a line of things. For example, you take the old guy. He's like blah 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 senso blah 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 blah, and I hear one word that I recognized, which is war. I take the keyword, bounce a question back, right? I go, 戦争ですか? 戦争に行ったんですか? Were you in the war? And he might have already said that, right? But it's okay to repeat it back. And he goes, and that's what it sounds like, right? And then they go, 戦闘機 戦闘機 which means fighter aircraft, you know, and you pick that up and you go 戦闘機かっこいいですよね戦闘機 are really cool 僕は F16 が好きなんです I could have changed this to redirection maybe you take a keyword and redirect it, right? So that's a really important thing.
いいね
And I do this all the time. This is totally my thing. The redirection, I think I do it in English too. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I understood that one word that you just said. Let me go ahead and just talk about myself now. Keiko got married, oh my God, in 2005. My understanding is she got married to a Chinese man, and I was not invited to the wedding. She does not like me. Probably for the same reason that eventually Kyle will not like me. Yeah, frogs were one of the. You guys are just going on about my frog shirt. Come on, that shirt's insane. I wish I knew where that shirt is. I think I bought that in Zion National Park. It's a pretty good shirt. Text lacks tone, which is why everyone argues on Twitter. You know, that's true. You know what, Kyle? You got a point on that one. It's true. So maybe I need to tone down a little bit. And maybe that's why you're better in person. Okay. The longest way to say my bee ever. I don't know what that means. Today at the station, I saw a GG go full ballistic on someone who accidentally bumped into him, going, Taco bakayaro. He said Taco bakayaro? What is that? Taco in front of it? Oh, no. He wasn't saying taco. Okay. He's saying
Mataku. Taku. It's like mataku, completely idiot. You complete idiot. Taku. So if we look up, let's see if the dictionary is up now. All right, we'll look up mataku. Okay. It doesn't matter. I can do this in Romaji as well. Mataku. Really, truly, entirely, indeed. Good grief. Mataku. Good grief sounds really nice, but it's like, Jesus. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. It's like that kind of a vibe. Mataku. Right? There you go. That's what he's not saying taco. I do think there is an insult with taco, but not there, because that just means it's like was it squid or something like that? What if you don't understand the keywords? That's the fun part. I mean, okay, if you don't understand the keywords, here's what you do. Okay. So let's say the keyword was senso, right? You go senso to wa. You say that senso to wa or senso te. You don't have to say anything. That's all you have to say. Senso te. And they'll go, senso はね、なんつうんだっけな、英語でな、ばcrime? クライムじゃ、なんだっけな、かwar? War. So. That's the type of conversation that'll turn into. I had there was a guy named Tanaka. He had a store, Tanaka Shoten. So sad. I went to see him last time and he was like, his head was messed up. But funny guy. He's like a fish cutter. He's cutting fish every night. And I used to go in there and I would buy stuff in his store. And it was like he owned the store. And he'd always give me a can of Georgia because my name was George. He was like, Georgia ni wa Georgia. Georgie ni Georgia. And I love Georgia coffee. So I'm drinking the coffee. I'm sitting down and having a conversation with him. And Bush, I think Bush was the president at that time. And he used to always say, but like he would be watching the news and he would turn to me and would say, America is an economic animal. Yeah, that's what he would say to me all the time. America is an economic animal. These are solid for any language. I had to learn to become better conversationalist because I used to just use conversation to convey information, not socialize. Super introvert back in the day. Well, that's nice. You've improved. For sure. The repeating things has gotten me out of having to respond to things. Sometimes I'm just completely lost on. It happens, man. I do it in Korean. Something, whatever the word, like, just ask it. And it becomes a conversation. B equals my bad. I see. Yeah, I guess I'll throw in a thanks to Vel Editor says, but yeah, I'm in Japan for about 2 years now. After starting my journey with JFZ in 2017, I'm going to close the chat now since I got to get up early. I got to get ready to wake up. Yeah, sorry about this late stream, but this is not for the people that need to be in bed. This is for us late people. All right. Does anyone have a recommendation on a really good open back over the ear headset? This is these are the Sennheiser 6XXs and they're broken right now. They look good right now, but it's actually broken. And I want something with color. I want something cool. I don't want black anymore. All right. So thank you for coming, Gladiator. Japanese from 01 is very hardworking. Japanese very hardworking. What does that mean? Okay, you said it. Okay, you've said it many times in different ways of spelling. I wonder what that means. You mean it's a good book? Or a bad book? I don't know. I got to get ready. Yes, see you. Cleaning job. Wow. Joffrey Dawn. That's a name I've never heard before. I feel I can't put sentences together in more complex settings. I have N2. What's your recommendation? I tried keeping a journal, but it just made me better in writing. Well, you've answered your own question, in my opinion, although I want to add to that. You got better at writing because you were journaling. If you speak more, you'll get better at speaking. Psh, drop the massage device. Oh, sorry. We'll drop it. Drop the drumstick. I don't want to drop the mic. The mic costs $400. I think they're about $500 now. We're not going to be dropping the mic. But yeah, speaking more. But also, the thing I want to add to that is, some people forget that they also have the same problems in English that they have in Japanese. If you have a certain speaking style in English, it sometimes happens in Japanese too. Like, so if you don't have good topics to talk about, or you don't know how to keep a conversation going, guess what? It's going to happen in both languages. And I'll give you a little secret. You can practice conversation. I used to practice live streams. I used to be in my car. This is like 15 years ago. And I would give myself a topic, and then I would be driving down the street going, hey, everybody, it's Japanese from Zero. Today we're going to be talking about bed sheets. And the thing about bed sheets is, right, we all have to use them, but I don't know how many of you guys are actually using the one sheet itself, because I don't use that. I just have like blanket. It's like the fitted cover, me, and then the blanket. Like the sheet always gets like in a weird position, so I stopped using it, and just go on and on and on about a stupid topic and see what you can talk about, and if you don't have things to say to people, that's where you got to get more into the culture. Like, what the Japanese wives talk about, my wife and her friends. My wife said, hey, we got to get Netflix back. I don't have Netflix. Can you believe that? I don't have Netflix. I could have Netflix, but I don't. Why? Because I'll show you. Here, look. You see this over here? Hang on. Oh my God. Hang on. Where am I going? I can't do it. Oh, I can't get to the full screen anymore. Oh, it's this one. That's about as... Oh, wait, it's this one. Sorry. So you see this? I have like 3,000 DVDs and Blu-rays. So I have a whole jellyfin server. Like, we don't need Netflix. There's too much stuff on there. Even Japanese stuff. There's a ton of stuff on there. So I don't have it. But they talk about Netflix, and she hasn't watched it, so she can't have that conversation with them. And she feels on the outside. Even a native Japanese speaker can feel on the outside when they can't talk about the specific thing. So if you could just learn, like, what are the top trending songs, what are the top trending dramas, watch that drama, listen to the song, and then talk about it. It's like, oh, do you know Yonezu Kenshi's new song? It's really good, huh? Oh, have you seen Burning Sun or whatever drama? I can't think of one right now. And just talk. You can talk about it. The thing is, you have to not only have something to talk about, but you have to know how to say it. And sometimes when you learn Japanese, you tend to speak too complicated. Even Japanese people don't speak uber complicated. They speak pretty direct. Terebi daisuki desu. Blah 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 mimashita. Mimashita ka? They're not going, oh, did you happen to perchance see the enthusiastically amazing drama currently hosted on the American web streaming platform Netflix? So don't overcomplicate as well. You don't have to make compound sentences for everything either. You can just say very simple sentences. Look, I don't know your situation. I'm just saying. But also, you're probably also, Joffrey, wrong. You're probably actually better than you think, because I sometimes feel like, oh my God, if I go to Korea right now, will I be able to speak Korean? And then the minute I get there, I'm just like, blah, I'm just speaking Korean. Not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I guess I didn't forget my Korean. Oh, am I going to be able to do this? And then boom, I just do it. So, if you think you're bad, you're going to like jinx yourself in your head. So just try not to do that. Giving coffee to a kid. I had a HyperX Cloud Alpha. Pretty common. They cover your entire ears. Okay. HyperX X Cloud Alpha. HyperX. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's Surrounded Soul, that other guy's name was. Oh, these look pretty good. See, the really nice looking expensive one, which, oh, I don't need the heads. I don't need the mic though. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't need a gaming headset. I need a good headset. Oh my God. Oh, I hit hard. All right, thank you for the recommendation. Desi Brothers says, me start Japanese from 01. Welcome. 1010 camera work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm working on another camera. I have another camera that I can set up over here, and then we can have 3 angles. This is my serious. This is my. If I need to show you something, like for example, when I'm showing books, I can just do this. Don't look that up. Doesn't exist. Okay. Legendary switch there. It's okay to feel dumb when you speak, you know. The truth is you might be dumb. Okay, hear me out. You can say, すいません、僕はすごくバカなんですけど、excuse me, I'm a real idiot. だけど、言いたいことあります。But there's something I want to say. 間違ってたらごめんなさいね. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Be humble. Be funny. They're going to go, oh, 大丈夫, 大丈夫. They'll feel like, oh my God, we got to listen to him because he's nervous and we want to make him feel good. You know, you could get people to throw you some pity, man. Shawty had them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. What are we doing? What are we singing here? The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. What are we doing? What are we doing? You're making me sing. That's a great song. George doesn't need Netflix with that collection. Netflix needs him. Seriously, bro? I have too many shows. I'm on season 1 of Grey's Anatomy, and I have every season up to, I think, 9. And there's like 22 seasons. I'll be eventually getting them all. Genuine use of the keyboard technique there, you can't deny. Oh man, I wish I was paying attention when I don't know what you mean. You don't have to make dupe. Can I make lawn instead? I don't know what that means. You can remove the mic. It has a jack. Oh, on the head, on the keyboard, on the okay. All right. Well, let me look at them again then. Let's see here. Let's go back. Let's go back to that. I like the red one, but I would really like one like the high. I want the high end one. These are the colors. Wait a minute. Is that LED? That's cool. Oh. Alpha 2 wired. Oh, I don't want wireless either. It needs to be plugged in. Is it plugged in also? Oh, it's wired and wireless. Nice. Oh, low latency. Okay. I'm going to keep this up on my screen. Thank you. I'm going to go check that out. That's the first good recommendation I've had so far. The George is weakening. He has already yawned. Soon he shall fall into eternal slumber. Not yet. Studio headset like the Baird Dynamic DT7070 Pro is probably what you need. Okay. Keep in mind, it needs to be cool. It needs to be cool. So far, HyperX is winning. Okay, well, these are relatively cheap. I was expecting that name made me think they were super expensive. Let's look at them on Amazon though. Yeah, see, they're just generic black, right? I want something with okay, I do like the covers. Keep in mind the ones I have now, I can go more higher on the price here. I don't have to. I'm not looking for budget. I'm looking for good. Are these open? These aren't open ear though, are they? I want open ear. Not over ear, open back over ear, okay? Oh, I didn't even think to look at that. Are these? Oh no, see, I need open back. I don't want to be enclosed. I want to be able to hear my wife yell at me, all right? My wife needs to be able to yell at me. It's a very important part of my life, okay? I see. I appreciate your advice better than one of those polyglots on YouTube. Sennheiser HD 490 are the best. Really? Because these are the HD 6XXs, right? They're from a mass drop purchase a while back. Here, I'll show you them. These right here. But see, these are open back essentially, and over the ear. Oh my God, you know what's funny? That Bear Dynamic one that I clicked, that was one that Violet sent me. I thought I was in this stream, but I was looking at Discord. Oh, I said you don't have to make it dupe. I said it, okay. I'm definitely getting tired then if I said you don't have to make it dupe. Okay, they have an open ear model too. All right. Yes, Shy Lonely, I'm still awake. Did you think I would be tired? Could you imagine you jumped into the stream and I was sleeping? Could you imagine? That would be weird. Oh my God, it's 4 a.m. though. Wow. Okay, well. Okay. Someone asked me in the beginning of the stream, have I made any music? I think someone asked. Let me double check that I'm not making that up. Did I make that up in my head? That must have been earlier today. All right. Well, I'm going to end with what I ended with this morning. There is a curse word in it. Just be ready for it. But I'm working on an album. This is not me promoting it because I don't know when it's going to be out. It won't really be out like you're thinking. It'll just be like a video that you can watch probably. It's called Polyglot Thirst. It's about a man. I just realized I need to go back to having. Hang on, let me see something. Okay, I can do full screen. That's what I needed. Okay. It's about a man who loves languages. He's studying languages, and he falls in love with the girls of every language. Okay. But in most of the languages, right when he's getting ready to get the girl, he's married. He shouldn't be getting a girl, okay? Kyle, his arch nemesis, this Kyle in the chat stream right here, stops him, okay? And so this is I think the final song, not the last of the album. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 songs back from the last of the album, story-wise. I've decided that I didn't have any black girls in my representation. I had like Chinese and Japanese and Thai and Mexican and German. All of those songs exist. Me falling in love with those languages. And I decided Swahili would give me representation in Africa. So that's the song we're going to play. Give me a second and I'll set it up. It's called Feelies for Swahili. Okay. Or Swahili Caught My Feelings. I don't know exactly what I'm going to call it. I've been changing the name every 2 seconds. Give me a second. And I might have to make some mods. There's a couple things I got to resing because I messed up East and West in Swahili. You'll notice that when you watch it. If you know Swahili, I got that backwards. Okay, right now I'm calling it Feelies for Swahili. And I apologize right now for the word motherfucker. It comes off too strong, I think. It's funny if you've watched the entire album, but when you see it out of that album, it just feels a little bit abrupt. I think this morning I felt it in my heart. All right, here we go. I'll see you guys tomorrow or another day.
I learned Japanese in the land of rice. I know Icelandic from the land of ice. I learned French in Guyana, Yoruba in Nigeria, Spanish in Mexico, Russian in Siberia. Let's go. I've had 1,000 1,000 exotic language explorations. All that was left was the Western African nations. There was Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Kenya. The choice was easy. I'm a man. I couldn't resist the beauties of Tanzania. Rangi ya ngozi haijalishi, lakini eneo linajalisha. Nimewahi kwenda mashariki, lakini sijawahi kwenda Afrika Magharibi. My Swahili was weak, my desire imara. Hired a teacher from Kigamboni, the center of Tanzania. Everything about her was chameleon. I was on my best tabia. I was her salt, she was my pepper. I lost control of my tamanania. My tamanania. Yeah, she was dedicated to my goals, an amazing teacher. Our hearts were meant to be together. Eventually I'd have to reach her. We met morning, noon, and night. I was enchanted by her smile. I was living on cloud 9. Then I got interrupted by that motherfucker Kyle. Habari George, I'm amazed you came so far. Karibu. Are you with your family or did you leave them in Malibu? Oh yeah, that's right. You need women for motivation. Don't you know how to learn without female stimulation? Habari to you as well, Kyle. How do you know Swahili? You're quite the talker. How do you always find me? It seems like you're quite the stalker. We all learn different. Swahili's totemo hard. Please niache peke yangu. Go back to German. Please stop being such a hard. Mungu wangu. My Swahili was weak, my desire imara. Hired a teacher for Kigamboni, the center of Tanzania. I tell you, she was chameleon. I was on my best tabia. I was her salt, she was my pepper. I lost control of my tamanania. Woo, yeah. I was finally alone with my teacher named Tattoo. Something was wrong, she was crying. There was nothing I could do. Between the tears she spoke, saying, you have a family? How could you? You're just like my two brothers. There's no way for us. I'm through with you. The love spell was broken, but so was my tattoo's heart. She was just a token of my plan. My only choice was to depart. I felt so bad. Again, I let my heart get in the way. I got one thing to say to you, Tattoo. Samahani sana, tafadhali nisamehe. My Swahili was strong, now my morals were weak. I need to stop this vicious circle. I need to turn over a new leaf. I hurt the beautiful girl with my desire to learn. I hope one day Tattoo will forgive me on the day when I return. On the day when I return.